Yo, fam, like, subscribe, follow, download, giddy up. That's my baby. That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored.
They did it. Left.
What the hell was that? Oh, yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Reaction talk. What's up, everybody? Welcome into A2D Radio. We got a jam-packed reaction show for you tonight. We got a Lakers crumb in the house. We'll talk about him later on in the show, but we are brought to you by bodycheckwellness.com. You can use promo code A2D. Get yourself 20% off at checkout. They have a line of products that promote wellness, balance, recovery by using the full potential of hemp. They come in extracts, blends, gummies, and topicals. Check them out right below, bodycheckwellness.com. Use promo code A2D, 20% off. Tom, Ryan, Evan, Ralphie. What up, Ralphie? All right, we're on a delay for Ralphie. Yeah. We're going to be seeing Ralphie smiling. Watching the damn air.
I'll try to hold it back for you guys.
What, happy right there. See how he's happy?
Yeah.
And he knew about it prior to us. That's why Ralphie That's why Ralphie was smiling. So we got a ton to talk about, not only trade deadline wise, because there's a lot of moving and shaking around the NBA. There really was. And it took the weirdest deal of all time.
To kick it off.
Yeah, kick it off like, what are we doing? Yeah. We good? Everybody good? And then deal after deal. You know, we're going to talk about Oladipo to Miami, Norman Powell to Portland. Portland beat Miami tonight, right? So we're going to talk about a lot of shakes, and then Evan Fournier, obviously the Celtics, but the Celtics traded another big guy, so I don't know what the hell they're doing. I mean, they're like trying to be Houston last year, so that's going to age well for them. And we'll talk about George Hill, and that's going to tie into our main topic at hand, as well as reacting to the game tonight. And that's brought to you by our doc. Got to make him yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill location. Find him on the web. SpecializedPhysicalTherapy.com. You are content with the Sixers acquisition of George Hill. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube. I don't know why we're not on Twitch tonight. We left that one out. All right, whatever. We're not on Twitter because the hockey guys are on Twitter, so we're their night. Their night. We're just coming in. We're coming in. But Facebook, YouTube, you can find us here. Like, subscribe, follow, tell your goddamn friends about it, tell your family about it. Listen, you're eating some dinner. Tell everybody that wants to hear about it. You hear these fucking guys? All right, tell everybody. And I completely agree to this goddamn poll. And I'm tired of people acting like Hakeem Olajuwon and Shaq left. And I like Tony Bradley. But listen, George Hill's a pro. George Hill's a pro, and you gave up nothing. Right? Shake Milton's still here. Okay, let's just go over it. Shake, you can like these guys or not, but Shake, Furkan, Maxey, Matisse, all still here. All still here, and this basketball team got better. They got better with getting George Hill. Okay, they're already the best team in the East, and it's got better. Okay, I don't agree that Oladipo makes Miami that much better. He hasn't been the same since the injury. I'm not worried about Evan Fournier, even though he doesn't miss shots versus us. Celtics stink right now, okay? And I'm sure as hell not worried what's going on in Portland. And I'm not worried about the West. So anything out West, I'm not concerned with. Anything in the East, nothing in the East has me worried. Like nothing. Nothing in the East has me more worried than I was. The Nets are the same damn team that I thought I was going to have to see in the Eastern Conference Finals. They're no different. Who's different? Miami? I mean, Duncan Robinson, to me, they didn't lose Duncan in that deal, right? They lost Olynyk and somebody else, whatever. They lost nothing in that deal. They get him, but right, he's going to make them better. But I'm not worried about Miami. Honestly, I'm not concerned about Miami. Again, I'm not saying that I think we beat them and we sweep them. Like I think it's a 6-game series, and we leave, That's how I feel about Miami. That's how I feel about Boston. That's how I feel about everybody but the Nets, who I think we go 7 with, and it's a dogfight. And I agree, this makes us better. It's a guy who can hit the 3, okay, and especially in a lineup where your second unit, where you see a lot of driving and slashing, right? A lot of driving and slashing. You need some guys to be able to go to hit an open damn 3, and he's going to run your point as a pro. And he plays both ways, and you can make the decision next year if he plays well for you to keep him. So it's a win-win for your basketball team. If he plays well for you, you keep him. If he doesn't, you let him go. So I like it. I really do, and I like keeping this team intact for the most part. I was a big believer in that. All right, and I'll stand on that hill. If they don't get to the Eastern Conference Finals, that's on me. All right, I'll take responsibility for the people if they don't. The only way they're not is if some major injuries happen. Okay, that's the only way they're not. Simple as that. I agree. If you don't agree out there and you're not content with it, I can't help you tonight. We're gonna be yelling and screaming at each other because you're people out there that need to splash in life. All right, everything's got to be cannonball. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you can just walk in the water and get the same effect. It feels the same. You don't got to be a hero. You don't got to always be a hero to win. All right, that Phillies team that won a World Series, everybody was clamoring for big names. Okay, it was Jeff Jenkins and Joe Bland. Both had a big impact for us winning a World Series.
I think Dwight just got tossed.
Good. We're now Houston tonight. We're Houston last year. You know what I mean?
What did he do?
Actually, we're not, because Ben's 6'11", so we're not. Yeah. We're not Houston. We're not Houston. But I mean, come on, guys. There's nobody out there that you're more scared of today than you were yesterday. And if anything, did we not get better? Did we not get better today? Are people concerned that we didn't get better? I'm not crowning George Hill. I said last night, I don't. George Hill doesn't move a needle for me, but I'm content with it because I gave up nothing. Give him nothing and got better with my second unit with a double-digit score, which is what we talked about, right, guys? This whole thing was, hey, can you go give me somebody else who can score double digits? Just find me a guy.
At least another guard off the bench to help you guys, you know?
Veteran.
And you guys sat here last night saying we need bench pieces, and you go out and get a bench piece, and everybody's still mad about it. You know what I mean? Because it's not the big name that's been attached to you guys for the past 2 months, it seems like.
No, it's not, Ralphie, and you're right. And people acted like, Shaq walked out the door.
Right.
I like it, but to me, you're not untradeable to get better. So I'm extremely content with it, and I think that you might see maybe something else in the buyout, and you might not, because I'm saying this team might just stay intact. I think they really probably sat back, and Daryl Morey said it like. He didn't have to give up his young talent. He didn't have to give up young talent to make this happen. And he was able to hold on to those things and still stay young while winning. I think that's important to not sell the whole farm. So I agree. Family out there, you let us know what you think. All right, you animals. Because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of disagrees. You fucking savages. I can't even deal with you guys tonight. All right, if we lose and I got to deal with this nonsense, I might be checking out early. Could be an early check. I might just fall asleep.
You might opt out of the second half.
Opt out. Yeah. Opt out. I opt out the thing of 2020. I love the word opt out.
It's like my word of the year. It's my word of the year. It's like a buzzword. Tom, we talked about it last night. This isn't exactly what I wanted them to do because, like we talked about last night, like George Hill, amongst the teams and the players that were rumored, George Hill was like probably third option for me out of the realistic names, but they didn't make a splash move, which I didn't think they needed to do. They didn't disrupt the rotation of this team, especially the starting 5 and obviously the people. By the way, how does Montrez not get thrown out? By the way,
I have no idea.
Wow.
And the thing is too, they didn't even give, unless I wasn't paying attention good enough. They didn't even give Dwight a first. They didn't even give Dwight a technical.
Didn't touch him. Wow, the refs really hate Dwight Howard.
Sam Cassell's fired up, by the way. Sammy Cassell is fired up. Now Doc's on. What do you guys say, Doc? If I'm Doc, I'm freaking calling everybody out.
Get fined, Doc. Get fined.
And you guys don't have a center, right? I see some people in the comments saying you guys don't have a center.
He said clowns. They said, "What did you see from my end?" He said, "Clowns."
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's weird. They didn't give Dwight Howard a technical at first. They just tossed
What did he
him.
say? What did he say, Tom?
He said, "What'd you see there?" And he said, "Clowns."
Circus act.
I love it.
I'm on air. He said, "Clowns." Oh,
He'll get fined for that. He'll definitely get fined for that.
that's phenomenal.
Wow.
But no, to me, George Hill, you bring him in. He's a veteran, veteran presence. He's not a rental by any means. I understand. It's like, oh, well, guys, you said you're ranting and raving that you don't want a 34, 35-year-old. Yeah, we don't want a 35-year-old for the price of Kyle Lowry, who's also a rental, who would also be replacing Danny Green and like 7 other players, and Tyrese Maxey and Matisse Thybulle and 2 picks. That's why we didn't want Kyle Lowry. George Hill, you got for 2 guys who don't play, really 3 guys who don't play, because Tony Bradley, once Embiid steps back on the court, you're never going to see Tony Bradley again. Evan, or what's his name? Dustin Poirier, Vincent Poirier, the UFC fighter / basketball. He's like maybe the worst player in basketball. And Tony Ferguson, I mean, I forget he's on the team half the time. You know what I'm saying? And 2 second-round picks, like, please. And there's so many people on the YouTube side things. I've seen it on Facebook. I really saw it on Instagram saying they've completely flipped now. Oh, Daryl's a joke. Oh, he can't bring any stars in. Nobody wants to play for the. It's like 2 days ago, you were saying he should be executive of the year, but just because he doesn't bite and do a panic move for Kyle Lowry, giving up.
Yeah, while you're on this, though, I mean, everybody who says that, I want you to go back. Right, we're gonna go back to the future. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hop in the time machine. Here we go, the DeLorean, and we're going back to the future. Okay, here we are, and we're back. All right, and it's right in the off season, air quote, because it was small. Danny Green, Dwight Howard, Seth Curry. So those guys led to a team that is now first in the Eastern Conference.
Yep.
So what everybody says, to your point, right? The people out there saying that, don't tell me he hasn't done anything. Like people act like this is a middle of the pack team in the conference. Like it's an absolute joke to me. Like you're talking like they're middle of the pack, people. This team is what their records say.
People pull!
Oh, this is gonna get out of control. Now,
Out of the mud!
Yep. Be taking a beat spot now.
Wow.
No, you know what though? I'll tell you right now, and I don't think I think this is Daryl saying, dude, if B-Ball Paul plays well, we don't need to get another stretch forward. I'm being dead serious.
True. Very true.
Wow.
All right, go back, finish up what you're saying.
No, so I just think people got too, and I was one of them. Like how many freaking trades did I bring up every day? You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted a big trade, but at the end of the day, I didn't want them disrupting this nucleus, this core, this rotation. That's exactly what they did. And I honestly think, and people on the dial, I was listening to it earlier. I honestly think people forget that the buyout market is a thing. Like I think half the country believes the trade deadline, like today, was the last chance to make moves.
Mm-hmm.
It just like the buyout market just began. Can we wait a couple weeks and can we wait until we see what they do in the playoffs to label this as a failure? So to me, I'm not overly excited about George Hill because he's not what he used to be, but he fills a role, and I'm more happy than not that they didn't make a crazy move to disrupt what we had going for us.
Well, at the end of the day, veterans win in this league, right? Like the veteran-driven league, and you need veterans, especially like crunch time and different situations. So, I mean, that's a reason you can like the trade. And what do you say to it?
I'm kind of happy with what we did today. We didn't go overboard like we would have, I feel like, a few years ago, and made a really stupid trade that would not diminish our trade window, but just make it a little smaller. I mean, everyone wanted bench pieces, but you're going to be giving up bench pieces just to get Lowry. So people forget they're going to get, you probably have to put Green in there, Maxey in there, first round picks. No one's going to do that. That's just idiotic. And you brought up a great point with bringing in Dwight Howard and all those other guys. Like, he's done a lot already. And that's why we're in first place right now. If we didn't have Dwight Howard, I don't know if we would have won half these games without Embiid. So
very true.
I'm pretty happy with it.
Paul Reed.
Up.
He's not playing games.
G League MVP.
Tom, I'm telling you.
Stood over him after he blocked it, but got called for a foul and stood over him for like a good 5 minutes. It felt like.
I think you're going to learn to like this Paul Reed, Tom.
Oh, I already like it. I'm an energy.
Yeah, no, he's feisty. He's feisty. He's really feisty. I mean, he as a rookie, like he's been in the league for 30 seconds, and he's already going like toe to toe with one of the Morris twins. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, this guy's got a set.
That's something that Embiid would do, like the first week of him playing. Mm-hmm. He was going at Russell Westbrook and stuff.
Listen, I'm happy we didn't get Bielitsa because now I get to see Paul Reed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool. I'm blessed that Paul Reed is here. This is awesome.
Wow.
Ralphie?
I don't even know how to answer this. I guess as an outsider, I guess you could see where, some of the fans are, kind of pissed off that they didn't get Kyle Lowry just because of the fact that, like I said before, you were attached to that name for about 2 months. You were attached to another names like Bielitsa and other guys like that. And you didn't get them, and you got, a guy like George Hill. But yet again, we sat here for multiple weeks and said, you guys need bench pieces and stuff like that. And you guys went out and got a bench piece in George Hill. Now, is he still injured with the thumb?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
It'll be they said soon.
Gotcha. Okay.
Whatever hell soon means.
Yeah. And when the trade went down, like, oh, Ferguson went back to KC. He's going back home. But obviously it was a three team trade, and he went to the Knicks.
Ralphie, I'm glad you brought that up, because when I saw the original deal, I said, well, wait a second, that's an illegal trade because you can't trade a player back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wait a second, is that a type? And then quickly afterwards, you found out, okay, the Knicks are in the deal. Because I'm like, wait a second, how did they just make that work? Oh, come on, Ferk.
Great pass. It's so hard because you guys are on a delay. I can't get up and get excited.
I feel so bad for you. I would not want to be in your situation at all.
Wow.
I don't see much. A couple people in here, maybe. Marky Mark, I don't know. I don't know. With Boogie, doesn't do anything for me really at this point of his career. It just doesn't. There's a reason he's always getting released from teams. So,
now with the trade today, you guys are back down to 2 centers, correct? It's Dwight and Joel, right? Wait, on your roster. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Mm-hmm.
I know that some people were talking about maybe we'll see Ben play when they go small, we'll see Ben slide over to 5 just because he can defend every position. And I know Doc's been kind of experimenting with that in the past. Oh, here we go. Hive's back.
Where was that other one? Okay. BBC said, I don't understand why we just didn't trade for Austin Rivers instead of Hill. I think it's a good point.
Doc Rivers doesn't want to deal with his son again.
No, that's not fair.
Yeah,
it could be totally it. Like,
I'm telling you, I mean, how many times did we talk about before the season started? Darryl wanted to sign Austin Rivers, and Doc every time said, "No, you don't want that. We don't want that here." You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
it's hard to coach your kid at the professional level.
Yeah. Wow.
Especially because it didn't necessarily end well the first time.
Yeah, let's move on past that. You know what I mean?
Like if we hadn't seen it before, we'd be like, give it a shot. Maybe Doc and Austin could work. It's like, no, we know it didn't work.
Yeah, we saw that train wreck.
We imagined it
just the first time.
It'll end up being friggin' Family Matters with you got Seth Curry in the building, you've got Austin Rivers, and you got Doc Rivers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. The whole family. Yeah,
it's too much.
Now then you just need Paul George.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
Get the whole
for that year. Yeah, I know.
Get the whole band back together.
Jeez.
There you go, Ben.
Gabriel Aldridge is overhyped right now. He can't play defense. He can't move. I mean, it just doesn't do anything for me.
I feel like people just want him because he's a big body and he's in the buyout market. They just look at that, but his defense is atrocious.
It is, and you're right. And it's the name, and I love the Marcus Aldridge's game back in.
Yeah.
So I'm not taking anything away from that. I loved Aldridge, but it's shell of himself now.
It's like sometimes too, like people get it, like you said, Tommy, they get attached to the name where you think of LaMarcus Aldridge and then you start replaying the highlights of him in Portland in his prime. And you're like, oh my God, he can still do it.
Yeah.
But then you realize the dude's 35 years old and you know, his body's like, I don't know if I can do this anymore.
It's so true, though. It
is.
Right? I mean,
I know somebody was asking. Todd Womack asked for the exact trade. So the Sixers got Hill, the Knicks got Terrence Ferguson, and OKC got Tony Bradley, Austin Rivers, and 2 second-rounders. I thought Poirier was involved in that. Maybe he just got cut.
I thought so too.
Yeah. He went to New York, but they released him already.
They released him a minute after.
Yeah.
And then we got that.
They seen him enough not doing nothing this year.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Eagles, I agree. Rondo to Clippers was like a low-key, really good move. Because all Rondo does seems like goes places and wins, too.
Floor general, that guy.
Yeah, and you know what? The Clippers needed that. They needed a veteran point guard to come in. And obviously, you know, it sucks for them because, you know, trading Lou Williams, and that's more points off your bench that you had to get rid of. But I would rather have, if I'm the Clippers right now, I would rather have Rondo right now running my point. At least somebody run my point. Yeah.
Eddie says, I love Doc calling out Dwight. It's funny because he's probably calling out both of them because he's obviously coached Montrez before.
Yeah.
He did before. So, you know, he knows them too. So that's why I was like, when they said, what'd you see? He said, clowns. He might not have been talking about the rest. Probably talking about them two guys. Them two are. They're just different. They're just different types of dudes. You know what I mean? Like both of them love tees. And the rest are always looking to tee them guy. Not really Harrell as much as Dwight. I mean, Dwight, for some reason, they hate him.
Yeah. Really hate him.
Yeah, and I didn't understand that, too, because, you know, some of that ticky-tack bullshit last year, too, with the refs and Dwight when he was playing with the Lakers didn't make sense to me either. Like, the guy's been like that his whole entire career, and it just seems like he has the refs have something on him that he's always getting into stupid bullshit.
He doesn't help himself the fact that he's always chirping at the refs. It's like, dude, you arguing with them is not going to make them be like, you know what? You're right.
He's just got a track record against a lot of refs. So over the years, he's been ejected more times than I can remember.
Well, now they throw him out for stuff like that. Now I know why he chirped.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That was the worst shot by Matisse Thybulle I think I've ever seen.
It was really. Oh, you mean Scottie Pippen? Sorry, or Bruce Bowen, or Dennis Rodman?
I mean, it was just so bad, so bad. I think I don't know what it hit. It might have hit the. It might hit the freaking the scoreboard up top.
Somebody did say, and I've gotten like 3 texts about this, like, oh, Wayne Ellington's going to get bought out. Oh, Corey Joseph's going to get bought out. I don't think we're going to do another move for a guard, guys. I think that was George Hill. You know what I'm saying? You're only playing 8-9 guys in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well,
I think, you're absolutely right, Rye. You're absolutely right.
People, Ralph. Like if fans could have their choice, they would have a roster of fucking 90 dudes.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
And they all have 38% from 3. So
yeah. They'll all be like, well, we're deep.
And play no defense whatsoever.
A lot of bodies. A lot of bodies, and the whole roster's all guards. All guards.
Now we can beat the Nets because we'll play 10 guys.
Yeah. Yep.
I can't.
Oh, there you go, Marky Mark. So that's good. The Detroit Pistons are done dealing per a league source. No plans to buy out Wayne Ellington. Okay, good.
Yeah, I don't think
one last name I have to hear.
Yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere.
He's not that much of a difference maker anyway.
They're not going to do anything else. I really don't think they even do anything else. I don't even think they go out and look for a 4. Like I think they're just going to let Mike Scott run it if they need it, or they're going to just move guys around the playoffs because they'll play 8 dudes, 9 guys tops. So like they just won't play them. You know what I mean? They play Ben at the 4 different spots.
Exactly.
So everybody panicking for the 4. It would have been nice, okay, but it's not. It was one or the other, right? You know what I mean? It was find yourself a stretch 4 or find yourself a point guard who can run your second unit and let Shake run off guard, okay, because he's more of a slasher. And to me, one of the two needs to be able to shoot the three, and George can. So it makes the one being able to drive, it makes the whole process effective and work. It's like 101. It's like 101. One guy can take the basket, one guy can shoot the ball from three. Not that Shake can't. You know what I mean? I'm not like saying Shake can't, but George is overall in his career a better 3-point shooter. But, Shake's not terrible at it, but you know what his game is. Where, George Hill is just like, this is what he is. He's consistent. Yeah. He'll run the offense right when he needs to come in, and he's not going to kill you. Not going to kill you.
He knows what he's doing. He's a guy that when he's on the floor, you can rely on him to not be a liability on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Which is important in the playoffs when you have such a young roster, and that's what Doc talked about this afternoon.
James, what are our thoughts on Danny Green trade talks? I thought it was a 3-team trade for Lowry, but I was confused when it came out. I don't think that anybody in the organization wanted to move him. I mean, they're the ones who went out and got him. That's what everybody forgets. Like they want to move him. They're trying to move him 3 months after they got him. It doesn't make sense. Too much moving and shaking, and that's how you lose. You don't win. If he was playing like absolute dog shit, then I would say okay, but he's playing great on both ends of the court. If he's not playing great offensively, he plays great defense. So, I didn't want to move him, period. There was plenty of other stuff to try to move and shake. And yeah, would I rather have Evan Fournier for 2 seconds than George Hill? Yeah, I think anybody would rather have that. I don't know why we weren't in for that. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. Like, we called and said, hey, give you 3 seconds? You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, you want her first? I don't give a shit about it. Take it. You know what I mean? If I don't have to give you freaking Maxey or Matisse for Fournier, we all thought we would have to give up somebody for him. You kidding me? 2 seconds? Seconds? Is this real life? I would have thrown the first in a second. Just got it done. No, I'm not being critical of it. Maybe he doesn't fit. Like, maybe he doesn't play lick of defense, which wouldn't be surprising to me. All right? Wouldn't be surprising. That's probably why they may have valued George Hill better, because he's a better two-way player. Maybe.
Do you think the year of control with George Hill was important too, in comparison to Fournier, to where he's technically only a rental?
Yeah, because maybe they can't afford it. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Like, I don't know what Fournier would want, and can they be able to match that? I don't know.
Jesus Christ, Mike Scott.
And you know what, Tommy?
Rodeo Drive. Jesus.
Get it.
And you know what, Tommy? You can ask the same thing with the Kyle Lowry situation, right? For teams, like, are you willing to trade for a guy that's 35 years old and then pay him the extra money at the end to keep him around for a couple more years?
Hell no.
Yeah.
No.
So if you're the Sixers, oh my God, sorry. If
something's gonna happen.
If you were the Sixers, were you willing to give up two of your young guys and 2 first-rounders for Kyle Lowry for a rental?
Oh my God.
Oh my Lord.
Okay, you know what's funny, Ralphie? I was just getting ready to.
That just hit the Clippers. Sorry, that just hit the Clippers locker room.
Wow.
I mean, oh my God, that was 2 shots. Well, that's why you don't play me. Hey, Danny! See you, Ralphie. Hey, see it.
Yeah.
Remember when I said that Vincent Poirier was the worst player in basketball?
Yeah.
I would like to retract. Mike Scott is the worst player in basketball.
Stop.
They might be tied. I don't know.
What do you mean stop? Did you see Tom? Did you see those 2 shots?
Yeah, I did.
The other guy
just saw him.
Have you seen how the other guy looks in his uniform? I mean, the other guy doesn't even walk on the court looking like he can play. Mike Scott's not a good basketball player.
Well, at least that's a question mark. I know what Mike Scott is.
He's way better than the guy who's got fucking released because he's got cement shoes when he's on the court. That guy is Cement City. Like the worst feet I've ever seen. He's like
all those emojis off your arms.
He's like Luka Garza.
What the hell is that?
You ever seen
Oh my God, he's like Luka Garza.
Luka Garza can't move. I mean, that's a Fournier without he just doesn't have an offensive game.
To James Jackson's question, I mean, Ralphie knows this, and Tom, I sent you the one screenshot from the report from Mr. Pompey, which turned out to be the exact opposite of what actually happened. I was pissed of all these reports coming out, like the random. It was right after the George Hill move. Then you hear, oh, Danny Green might end up on the Warriors. Oh, they're telling Danny Green he's going to be traded. And what does my initial thought go to, Ralphie? Who did I fear that was coming here?
Kelly Oubre, baby.
And I said, as much as I would be pissed about getting Kyle Lowry, you can times that by 10 by Mr. Kelly Oubre. And it was so weird. Like the reports came out, oh, the Sixers are actively searching for a 3-and-D
Literally
guy.
right after you traded for George Hill, the report started coming out that, hey, we told, Danny's agent's telling him he might get traded.
Well, and Ralphie, I mean, you said this too. It's like they were saying, oh, the Sixers are actively looking for a 3-and-D guy. I'm like, but that's Danny.
That's the guy.
That's Danny.
Yeah, that's what I didn't get.
Yes.
Like your guys, your 3-and-D guys are starting 5 right now.
Do you like
He's a
the
small
source?
forward.
Do you like the source, like your sources? Like, do they when they call you and tell you something? Do you ever think in your head like, maybe this guy's a fucking idiot? You know what I mean? Like maybe this guy has no clue what he's talking about, right? And,
Yeah.
And anybody telling me, I've been saying this for weeks. Anybody telling me that they're putting Danny Green in the deal, I'm telling you that the Sixers aren't. I said it a million times. Ryan probably heard me say it way too many times, and it was because it's the truth. Why would you get rid of him? It makes no freaking sense. Everybody say, well, for a star. Nobody's taking him for a star. So then you're going to give up a million things for a star. You're not going to do that, right? At this point, because you're winning. So you keep them. Like you don't fix what's not broken. There's nothing broken with this basketball team, and everybody wants to fix shit, right? Everybody wants to fix stuff. If this team would have got Kyle Lowry, I would have been pissed. Okay?
And also, some people think that you get in the habit of making a move just to make a move. You know what I mean? Like they want to trade just so they can see their team name come across the bottom ticker that they made a trade on NBA trade deadline.
They want the adrenaline rush.
Yeah. But like we were talking about, the Sixers were such in a tough spot at this moment because you guys are playing great basketball. You're first in the East, and it's like we sat here last night too. Like, do you really need to make a big splash or even a move at some point?
No.
And they obviously went out and got George Hill, and they obviously made their little tiny move.
You need to do that, but that's a smart move because Tony Brown's going to play once Joel comes back. So you're just upgrading. You're getting the MVP back. That's a bigger acquisition than anything that has happened in the trade deadline. Get out of my head, Ralph. That's what we talked about last night. What better acquisition than you get Seth Curry back tonight and then get the MVP back? I think it's better than what anybody did. Okay, Oladipo can kiss my ass. Okay, Miami kiss my ass. That they think that people think that's a better deal than getting Joel back, right? What deal? Aaron Gordon? Grow up, freaking Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon. I like Aaron Gordon, but I feel a little Aaron Gordon overrated a little bit to me at times. All these guys from Orlando that crown, everybody's crowned from Orlando. They fucking stink. That's why they trade everybody. I love Vuk, but how good's Vuk? Everybody thinks, I'll come to Chicago. Chicago's gonna be awesome. I love Vuk, okay, but he's a good player. He's a great player. He's a very good player who will probably play for another freaking 10 years at this point. All right, I feel like he's already been playing for 20. So a very good player, not a great one, but very good one. Fournier. I think Fournier's a good scorer, right? Terrence Ross is a good scorer. Aaron Gordon can score. And he's got great. He's freaking a ridiculous athlete. But come on, there's got to be some things wrong with some of these guys. That people. I mean, I see people out there crowning now that's who's going to win it all now because they got Aaron Gordon. Right? Aaron Gordon.
The Nuggets.
The Nuggets are going to win it all because of Aaron Gordon. That's that much. The Lakers need to watch out.
Aaron Gordon can't even win a friggin' dunk contest. You think he's going to win in a friggin' championship environment? Enough.
Mike, hey, Mike, you're 0 for 3, brother. I love all you hivers, okay? But I'm going to.
His A button on his controller's broken. He ain't passing the ball.
Yeah, he stinks. He's affecting Danny now. Every mystery.
They have Bubble Murray coming back. I don't see that happening anytime soon.
That's true. Where you're not going to get that production again.
No.
And listen, Jokic is a bad man. He's probably going to end up being the MVP just because of his efficiency in games played. But I mean, come on. I mean, Aaron Gordon does not take them over the top. JaVale McGee does not take them over the top for the third trade in a row.
I'm not saying it doesn't make it better, But like people are telling me like other teams in the West, and I got to watch out for that team, like because it's splashy and it's a splashy move. And I'm not saying it doesn't make them a better team, right? I don't know how far they're going to go, but I think sometimes the under the radar moves when you're a damn good basketball team are the difference maker. Like I think what Portland did.
Yes.
Portland, that's a damn good move because they're guard driven. They're the guard driven team, so might as well get another one, right? And to me, that's a good move for them. That's an under the radar and all the moving and shaking. That's probably the best move for a team.
And he's one of like the hottest players in the NBA right now as far as scoring efficiency.
I think he's averaging like 20 points right now, which is like insane. He's on a hot streak too.
His shooting, like his 3-point efficiency is like 45% right now. It's unreal to where that's all they do. That's all they do out there is shoot. You know what I'm saying? And then they're going to get Nurkic back. That, in my opinion, unless I'm completely missing one, that was the best move of the day to me. Just because Norman and looking at that deal, I know a lot of people were saying, "Oh my God, why couldn't we have gotten Norman Powell?" We're not giving up a Gary Trent. We're not giving up a Rodney Hood. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's not in the cards here.
Yeah, exactly. And I like Gary Trent.
Yeah, really like him.
But he's not Norman Powell. So to me, it's Portland got better, right? I mean, and like I said, Miami got better. Mike. Okay, all right. Well, get off you.
Now sub him out and I want to see him again.
Maybe we are going to need a 4 after all. Jeez.
Yeah, the Hive is alive, Jake. That's right. That is right.
Watch him hit like 3 or 4 more now. Because like once these guys who can shoot it enough make one, then they might hit a couple in a row. Then they'll miss one and you get them out.
No, the Hive's been exterminated ever since last year.
They are. Here they are.
Oh, buzz. There they are.
Amani, sorry. I would say Vuk is a great move. Don't get me wrong. Like it's extremely good move for Chicago. I mean, yeah, but it's 2 guys that are going to play together that ain't won jack shit.
That doesn't take them over the top. Like Portland, I could say with this move, and if they get healthy, they have a shot. Like we were talking about before the season started, they have a shot to be in that upper echelon of the Western Conference. Chicago, they're better today, but they're not going to. I don't believe they're going to make noise now in the Eastern Conference playoffs because of this.
If Gordon and Vuk are like star players, then why did Orlando stink?
And Fournier.
Yeah, I ain't getting to him. It's them 2.
Yeah, for years, Tommy.
For years. I'm not saying like Vuk. That's not all on Vuk, but Vuk's older, and Vuk's always been a damn good basketball player, right? But they have guys there that've been there for a minute, and they started hot this year, and then they flat out fell off, and they stunk.
Yeah.
So like I don't understand. Like these are good moves for both basketball teams, the Nuggets and the Bulls. But it doesn't like overly move the needle to me. Like if I got to face the Bulls in the first round, I love Vuk, but Joe's going to eat his lunch. So, I'm not concerned. I'm they're good moves for if I'm the team. If I'm a Bulls fan, you have a reason to be a little more excited, obviously, because you're an all-star player and you can team up with Levine. So there's reasons for excitement in Chicago that people have waited a long time for, obviously. So there's reason to get a little excited again. And you kept White in that deal, right?
Yeah.
So you didn't have to give up Kobe White in that deal. So to me, I mean, yes, the Bulls got better. Are they better today? I don't know. We'll watch them and see how they play throughout the rest of the year. But I think moving forward, they definitely are for sure.
I would say on paper they are, just because Wendell Carter could never stay healthy, and he was like
Wendell Carter stinks. Yep.
Yeah.
Wendell Carter, Marvin Bagley, they're like literally the same guy. Are they the same guy?
Yep. Exactly. Like all potential, no substance. You know what I'm saying?
Like
That's exactly what it is.
Never play, right? Like both of them are like they'll play, and then like
there you go, Danny.
I love
no, exactly.
I love Danny. I love Danny. You can all kiss my ass. I love it. I hope he wins it. I hope he makes a shot that wins us a freaking championship like he did for the Lakers, right?
Oh my God.
And you guys can all be on broad, you crumbs out there, and you can be like, oh, I love Danny. I
just want the opportunity.
Billboard. Sorry, right?
Going to rise up.
I'll have a billboard of all screenshots made. right? Of all you people, I'll just be flashing everybody's name on gigantic billboards, just calling out everybody at the parade. Trade me.
The green doubters.
Right this time.
Now. That's
Wow.
two.
Look,
That's
I'm like
two
big
now.
crystal baller. I'm like Tommy Balls. Tommy Crystal Ball over here. Tommy Crystal Ball. You want your palm red? You want your palm red, Mike? Boom. Another 3. Freaking go.
The hive is what, Jake.
That was like a Sprite commercial. Oh my goodness.
Ralphie, TTP Ballin had a question for you. He said, yo, WTF happened to Montrezl Harrell? How'd he go from 6th man of the year, best backup big, it's a useless against Mike Scott, and Lakers need another big, LOL.
Yeah, it's either going to be, I know the reports of Andre Drummond, and it's like, I think it's like Andre Drummond is, the two teams are like the Knicks and the Lakers. But I yet again, I think I like LaMarcus Aldridge. I would like LaMarcus Aldridge on my team for another big. What, you don't like LaMarcus Aldridge like that?
I like Montrez, man. And now he's going to
No, I do. Me too. I love Montrez. I didn't want him to go to. I didn't even want to trade him this year.
Yeah, Ralph was having a tough day. Ralph was having a tough day. He was.
I don't know why it's even a conversation. Like, he's tough. He's tough as freaking nails. Like, I'm not trading that dude. Listen, is he living up to every dollar he signed for right now? No, but I still expect, if I'm a Lakers fan, to get a tough player in the postseason. Let's talk about when AD and Montrez are playing together. At times, I think everybody in your Laker Nation, you need to calm down a little bit. Woo, calm it down. Pumper breaks. Sixers up 4. By the way,
Wow.
Go in there, Ben. Go in there, Ben.
It's
Kyle Kuzma, for God's sake.
Skirting around with dyed hair. Why are we skirting around with dyed hair? Why are we skirting around with dyed hair?
N1. N1.
God.
Wearing a
Did they give
skirt.
him the N1 too? Did they give him the goaltend?
Wearing a skirt around Cisco. You know what I mean?
I thought they gave him the goaltend.
What a freaking joke. What a joke.
Ralphie was 10 feet away from the rim.
Dude's losing his hair. He's dyed it so many times.
You know these refs. You know how these refs work.
Oh, yeah. He threw out our only center, Ralphie. We're playing freaking Mike Scott and Ben Simmons at the center.
Yep.
Freaking Jalen Mills' cousin, Kyle Kuzma, loves hair colors. Freaking joke.
I feel like you shouldn't be able to do.
What's this new hair color, Marshall? What's the Eminem?
I know. And especially because I've told you before, Ralphie, if you suck as a basketball player, and for that contract, he sucks as a basketball player, you shouldn't be able to do all that, pull all that garbage. You know what I'm saying? At least be good at your job.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like he's known for the hair now. And for being, not a good basketball player. You would agree with that, right, Ralphie? Yeah.
He's got a different hairstyle every time.
Yeah. It's dude, make a shot, please. Mets.
Why don't we have enough? Why don't we have enough firepower? Because they got to play defense too, right? It's not just okay, who's it's not just a shoot around here. We're gonna have hands in the face. We play good defense. I think we're really underestimating the type of basketball we've played. I truly do, and I'll continue to say it. Everybody talks about firepower. Who the hell on their roster is stopping Joel Embiid? Who? Shoot it, Ben. Oh, God, that was almost wet.
I know.
It was so.
But last time I checked, the Nets, the last time I think this was last week, they were 27th in defense. 27th in defense. Now their offense side of the ball is phenomenal. They're going to score. They might score 130 on you every single night.
I think they're 15th now, Ralphie. But
last week I know they were down. They were lower 20s. I know that.
No, they're definitely their defense isn't good. Even if it's 15th, it's not good. You know what I'm saying?
Evan Durant hasn't played basketball in a million years right now.
Yeah, do we ever? If we're ever going to see him again?
When is he due back? Because it seems like he's been out for the past 2 months now.
We have another 2 weeks now.
Oh, so you got another setback.
Yeah, it's every 2 weeks. They're like,
Wow.
Reevaluate.
I don't know.
Give me the excuse if they lose.
I'm telling you,
we didn't have Kevin Durant. We didn't have home field advantage, home court advantage. That's stupid.
Yeah, and I get Durant would help him, but what Durant are you getting if he's just not playing, and then he what? He's going to just ramp it up for playoff time. Like, I
that's
don't
their
know.
plan.
I mean, conditioning. I mean, there's basketball conditioning. It's different than just like
Right now,
treadmill.
they have the number 1 offense in the league, and their defense is 25th in the league.
So it dropped. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know why anybody said their defense is any good. It's not. And our defense is good, and that's the difference. Like, and in the playoffs, good defenses slow down offenses. It's been proven. It's not like we can't score either. Like, that's sort of what people are missing. Like, that we have trouble scoring. Like, we're a team when Joe's playing and we're healthy that has trouble scoring.
Ralphie, where do we rank offense and defense? By the way,
I'm looking that up right now.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
Colin says, "Who's the best defender on the Nets?"
Mike Claxton, and he's like a backup center.
The funny thing is, I was going to say Durant if he was healthy.
Might be.
You guys are
Harden
13th.
with his steals, where there are people just frolicking down the court, and he just gets it out of there.
Yeah.
Always.
You guys are 13th on offense, 2nd in defense. And the Lakers are number 1.
For now.
Toss that in, huh?
Yeah, I had to. You know, I had to.
A lot of substance right there, Ralphie. Huh?
No, I mean, Jesse. I mean, he can right now at half. He could have 8 points, and not a whole game. We don't want that happening. We don't want 8 points in an entire game. But I mean, he 16 a night, and that's plenty to be able to beat them because I expect Joe to be going for 30 a night.
No, as long as Ben Simmons isn't a liability offensively against the Nets, we should be fine. But that's my biggest, that should be, I understand why that's everyone's biggest concern. That's my biggest concern. It's about when Joel Embiid is double and triple teamed, him kicking it out to Ben or, the guys at the wing. It's that either those guys make the shots or Ben Simmons is aggressive. I get the concern, but for everyone to put a blanket statement out there saying, oh my God, we can't compete with X, Y, and Z because we didn't make a move for X, Y, and Z. I just think it's panicky. I think it's far too soon to be even saying that.
Yeah.
I mean, we have scoring. That's what makes me laugh. I mean, if you look at this starting 5, it's a bunch of guys that are double figure guys. So I mean, it's not like we don't have pop when it comes to scoring. I mean, that shows you right there. We're 13th. We've missed Joel how many games? So you know what I mean? Yep. So we're 13th. We'd probably be in the top 10 if he played the last 5 games. I can probably guarantee you that, right? You're missing 30 a night from a guy. So, I don't know why anybody would be scared. I mean, you're essentially top 10 in offense and top 5 in defense. I mean, that's a recipe to get to where you want to get to.
Yep. I'll ask you guys in the fam at home, what was your biggest surprise of the deadline? And it doesn't have to be like a move. It could be like a team that didn't make a move or a player that didn't get moved.
Well, I think the Kyle Lowry thing's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, like Drake was FaceTiming him, like I'm saying goodbye during a presser, and the dude doesn't even get dealt. He's saying he's throwing the peace signs like after the game, and he's not even getting dealt. Okay.
Yeah, that was weird to me because it seemed like all day today, around you had an hour left, 30 minutes, and then 15 minutes left, and you still had Miami and the Lakers in it, and it's like this news is gonna break any minute, and then you get past the deadline, and it's like all this hype. And the dude doesn't even get moved. I don't think
the Lakers were ever in it, Ralphie. Didn't make sense to me.
And I'm fine with that.
I think the Lakers checked in at one point, and they were using the Lakers as a way to try to drive up interest and offers from Miami and the Sixers. Because it didn't make any sense to me because the Lakers do not have the assets that Miami and the Sixers do. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't make sense to me if those guys were in legitimate talks.
Mm-hmm.
It just wouldn't make sense to me. So I truly don't believe they were even that.
I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that. If they were just using us, to price up the chip in Kyle Lowry. But at the end of the day, that was weird, man. Like you thought coming in today, waking up, that dude was getting moved. Past 3 p.m., you get the update, and it's like all that all that for nothing, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Because they wanted too much.
Yeah, with the combines of they wanted too much for the trade. He wanted an extension, 35 years old. It was just too much. It was just too much. You know what I'm saying? If he had 3 years of control, he was getting traded today.
Yeah.
But he has 3 months of control.
And that's what I was saying. Like, as a team, Are you willing to trade your young pieces and couple picks for a 35-year-old guy that, are you willing to give him, his money at the end of the year to keep around for a couple more years? Or are you willing to trade all that for a rental for 1 year and go all in for it and try to win a championship?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a tough question to have, right?
It is.
Like, you fighting for one, or you think you can fight for numerous?
So Tom, your biggest surprise was Lowry not being moved?
Yeah, I think it's shocking. I still, after the deadline was over, I was like, wait, what? He's still there? And this whole goodbye thing.
Yeah.
I thought that in the arena vision, I thought they were like playing a tribute video to him. I mean, my goodness gracious, now he's coming back. They're like, okay, jeez.
All that for nothing. Yeah.
Evan, what about you? What was your biggest surprise?
It probably is the Kyle Lowry trade. I feel like the Raptors did take a big L, unless they're planning on Al Horford signing him next year for like 3 more years of whatever he's going to do. But yeah, the Kyle Lowry trade. I don't know what their thought process was, because they were asking so much, but they end up getting nothing at the end.
Yeah,
and you just never know with him. Some bad team can go sign him. Someone like, I don't know, Houston. I don't know if Houston wouldn't do it, but like just a bad team like that would go and sign him. I don't think the Raptors would, especially since they're in like kind of a rebuild mode.
Yeah, they're not going to extend him. That's why it's like you take back.
Yeah,
whatever.
he's going after this year. He's no matter what. At the end of the year, they're not resigning him.
Yeah, and you take back whatever you can get back. Thanks, Donovan.
Yeah.
Thanks, Don.
Yeah, he was aggressive early.
Nothing's going in. Nothing's going in for him.
Yeah, nothing's going.
Ralphie, biggest surprise?
I'm gonna go a different route since you guys went Lowry. I'm gonna go Aaron Gordon to the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah.
Because like yet again, you heard him in Boston. Boston wants to trade for Aaron Gordon, and around like 1:00 today, all of a sudden Denver swoops in and gets him. Oh baby.
Yo, DJ.
I appreciate that.
Wow.
Show appreciation. You all amongst in
a lot of McDoubles.
YouTube community during a tough time. So thank you, DJ. World, thank you, brother. Can't thank you enough for that.
I appreciate that. We appreciate that, DJ.
Appreciate you, DJ. Appreciate you.
Red show up in the back here, and I was like, "Whoa, 911!" It's like a 911 that shows up red.
Yeah.
Emergency!
Alert!
You're the man.
Appreciate you, DJ. Appreciate you. Appreciate all of you. To me, I'll go a little different route. Also, I'll go with a non-move. I'm surprised the Knicks didn't make a move today. I'm very surprised by that. I was confident. I was saying Oladipo to the Knicks would make a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
I know we were talking about the possibility of Lonzo. I mean, the Lonzo ball not moving or going anywhere was very surprising to me also. But I just thought, the Knicks, first time they're really relevant. They're kind of on a tear now. They have young assets. Maybe Quickly's going to go on a deal. Maybe RJ Barrett. There's a lot of different players that were rumored as part of certain deals. So I was surprised they didn't do it. I'm actually kind of impressed that they didn't go like the Oladipo or Lowry route, because I thought that would have been a little too. I honestly think it would have been a little too panicky. It's like right now they're playing efficient. They're one of the top 3 teams in defensive efficiency. They're winning a certain way. Julius Randle is their star. They have a lot of young pieces, and they have no pressure to really win anything major in the playoffs. It's like if they go to the playoffs, make it, and then they win a playoff series, I don't think anybody in New York is upset by that.
Yeah.
Given where they have been the last handful of years to many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the first time, honestly.
No, they're playing with house money.
Yes, exactly. So
yeah, absolutely.
While I say I'm surprised they didn't make a move, I'm actually impressed they didn't make a move. And also, like we always talk about, Ralphie,
I will never say impressed when it comes to James Dolan. I
don't even think it was Dolan. I think it's the new people.
I know, but he still owns the franchise, so I'll never say.
Fair.
I'll never give credit to the Knicks until that piece of shit's gone. But it's hard to give credit to the Knicks anyway. But you're right. I mean, you didn't give up quickly. You're able to keep some of your younger pieces, and you continue to try to get better. I do think that this is another good one that John wrote in here, because nobody talked about that even happening, right?
No shot.
No.
No shot. Because you got the update that, they were willing to, they were listening to offers, but they need something back big. And it's like, what team's out there that's willing to, at least give up, the multiple first round picks like Chicago, and all of a sudden that just came out of nowhere. That, I guess you could see, that's a big surprise too today.
Yeah, this one I love, TTP. The all deeper move does nothing for me. You can't average 20 a game and go on a 20-game losing streak. Lost a lot of explosiveness, has a horrible shooting percentage. The Heat don't scare me at all. Couldn't agree more. You weren't listening probably at the beginning of the show. That was the same sentiment I gave about the move. It's the zero. It actually takes the needle back for me. And I used to be not a big Victor Oladipo guy. I just thought he was a real tough guy. But the knee injury just hasn't been the same, man. Like, this is an athletic sport. These are the most athletic guys in the world, And it just is. It just is. That's why, like there's unicorns like KD that can come back from Achilles and just still drop 30 a night. And then there's guys like Oladipo that, it's 2021, but when you're a guard, you can't lose it. And weird thing is he's never gotten it back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I haven't seen him look like himself before the injury yet. And like Paul George's knee was like in the stands, and his leg was like by the backboard.
Yeah.
Right? And the dude still can ball, right?
Yeah.
The dude still ball. So some guys some guys it's fine, and like they can have them kind of like Gordon Hayward's ankle is still in Boston. Right, like literally still in Boston.
They're looking for it. Yes.
And he can still ball. So I mean, some guys can come back from stuff, and some guys can't. And for him, like, it just shows you how much his explosiveness mattered to his game, and hasn't been able to like Sean Livingston and get like an old man's game, right? Like Sean Livingston was a perfect example of like 45 knee injuries, but just like changed his game a little bit,
Mm-hmm. True. Appreciate you, Jesse. Thank you, sir. He says Knicks have been so bad for so long, and within a few years, Brooklyn has a super team, and everyone in New York is a Knicks fan. You never see Nets jerseys. Well, and the other thing,
Jesse.
Yeah, I don't know. You never see Nets jerseys. Okay, he's saying you never see Nets jerseys.
So the Knicks are still like the mainstream type, I guess. There,
yeah, because it was the New Jersey Nets. You know what I mean?
Yes. Like, if you want to compare, like, no, I can't even say that, because I was going to say, if you want to compare Brooklyn Nets to the Islanders, that's one thing. But no, you see Islanders jerseys all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's not – I see what Jesse's saying, though. I understand that. And to your point, Tom, for two things. Number one, TTP, you're spot on. I truly believe that move today happened for one sole reason. Jimmy Butler. Because he was so you know what I'm saying? He spoke on it so many times. All the rumors is, Jimmy Butler really wants Victor Oladipo. They've been talking about this since Jimmy got there last season. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to pair him up with another star. Yeah.
Yes. So I truly believe, and also I know a lot of people don't bring this up because it was a couple of years ago, but when Jimmy Butler signed there, a big reason why he signed there is because he was going to have a lot of say in organizational moves. Now, he's not going to be Pat Riley to where he's signing the checks for everybody, but he's their star. He's going to sign off. Just like for certain moves, Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are going to sign off. You know what I'm saying? Every player, every team has that type of a player.
Well, I mean, Joe might be signing off. I mean, Ben,
they didn't know where Ben was. Yeah, that's true. They didn't know where Ben was in the offseason. But honestly, I will also remind the people of this. Like, everyone's praising Pat Riley, and they did a good move. Like, there's a stat I'll bring up. Like, there was like a list of the players they had and what they turned it into. It's like, on paper, sure, it looks cool, it looks good, but everyone's saying, "Oh my God, they got such a steal for Oladipo." Well, why do you think that is? It's because he's not Oladipo right now. You know what I'm saying? He's been hurt.
It's twofold. It's twofold. Hold on.
And Houston's a bad organization.
We can't let them off the hook. I mean, they literally traded James Harden, and when you look at what they got back, it's absolutely nothing.
Nothing, Tommy, at all.
Mm-hmm. Nothing. Like, they got picks. Whoop-de-doo, right? If you want to talk about picks, Oklahoma City's the one who's got picks out the wazoo. I mean, they told Sam Hinkie, hold my beer, right? Like,
yeah, I know, right? There's like 17 first rounders now and like 17 second rounders.
Oh, listen, listen, Ralphie, let me tell you, that is a nerd's wet dream.
Oh my God!
Right, that would
All those picks.
oh,
Pick
you remember
swaps and protected picks.
you guys
Oh,
remember?
they love it.
Wow.
Remember them days when we were just pick talks?
Yeah.
Middle of the basketball year, we're talking about like, oh, who do you like? You know what I mean? Who you like?
Can we get Tony Roten for a first? He's playing good basketball.
Who do you like with the 53rd, 65th, and 32nd overall pick?
Yeah.
We have 9 of them.
Yeah.
Go draft somebody from overseas and hopefully come over in the next few years.
Yeah,
That's really what it was all those years.
Andres Pajignitz, the guy who never played for us.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, I know
He
Ralphie.
was going to be the next guy.
I know Ralphie doesn't want to hear this, but let's go win this game.
Now it's like, okay, like I can't. We really shouldn't drop this.
Yeah.
Because panic will ensue in this city. Even like I guarantee you, there'll be the people on Twitter like, "Oh my God, if you would have gotten Lowry, would have won this game." It's like geniuses.
Dude, Ryan, you read my mind, dude. You read my mind.
It's called COVID and trade protocol.
Oh, I'll guarantee somebody says, "Oh, well, just morale."
Oh yeah. Oh, he's just having them in the building. Just seeing that on the
Fucking walk.
Casey
Schroed. All right, Schroed. Another miss. Good for you guys.
Who shot that, Ralphie? Was that KCP or Schroeder?
Yeah, Casey.
Oh, good look, Ben. Wow, good look.
Oh.
That touch pass was sick.
Trade
Danny.
Guys, you guys want to trade Danny Green?
Yeah.
Now Steele. Calm down.
I can't
Calm
take it.
down,
He
Danny.
shoot 100,000% from 3 tonight.
That's right.
Obviously, he would do it against
Danny
us.
remembers. Danny remembers. He said, "You tried sending me
You
to
did.
OKC."
You did. No, not you. But you tried sending them everywhere.
Me?
Oh, you were. Yeah. Oh, you're worse. You're worse than the Lakers. I mean, you tried shipping them. I mean, everywhere. I mean,
He
you
was
could
in Chicago. He was in Sacramento.
you could have rolled his eyes like he didn't. You had him in every trade.
Wow.
A couple weeks of trade talk to every team in the country.
Danny Green was not in one trade talk of mine the last 2 weeks.
Okay, because that's me yelling about Danny Green and making you almost not talk about him
Yeah,
anymore.
I'm a different person now. I'm a different person.
Yeah, you change. Yeah, you don't have a choice now because it's over. But you, if you
I saw the end was near, and it wasn't a battle I was going to win.
you would have been selling high tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like if you
Absolutely.
had the opportunity, you'd be selling high after this game.
Listen, it's well documented. I said that if I was a GM of a basketball team, I would be the worst GM of a basketball team in the history of sports. I said that. I know that for a fact. Like you think Sam Hinkie got
Wait, because you're like, I almost can't let you root for him for like a week. You know what I mean?
Green?
Yeah, I must have to put you in like timeout on Danny. You know what I mean? Like you almost got to be like, you know what?
No,
Oh,
you know who should be on timeout, and that's Greg. Greg tried trading for him last night for Zach LaVine.
yeah, he did, and that's a tough one. Like if you straight up, you trade him for Zach LaVine, obviously, but it's not straight up. Nothing straight up. You know what I mean? Then I got to give you Matisse. I got to give you Maxey. I got to give you freaking 42 picks, which I don't care about, but I got to. You know what I mean? Oh, good strip, Benny.
Now, what do you guys think Maxey's future is going to be like with the Sixers now that he didn't get traded?
I think
Extremely high. I think it's going to be exactly the guy I thought. I think that he can continue to learn. He has another year next year if they're not 100% confident in him, right? That they can bring George Hill back again. Okay, and then they have time to develop him even more. I think he's going to be exactly what we thought we were getting, which was a guy who can score, right? A high energy guy and a guy who can score. I think Tyrese Maxey has a chance to turn himself into a legitimate bench scorer in this league, and that's my first thing with him. I'm not saying he can't start, but I'm saying as he's still young, I think the guy can literally come off your bench and just walk.
Dude can't fucking miss.
I'm not rooting. I'm smiling. I'm not rooting.
Carrying us right now, by the way. 7 for 9, 6 for 8 from 3, 22 points from Mr. Green.
Wow.
Trade him, Mr. Trade. Everybody trade him. You all should have to be on fucking timeout on YouTube too. All you crumbs, all you crumb brulas. All right, time yourself out. But before you do that, pound the like button.
Wow.
That's that shit right now. Get us up over 100 likes. Come on, family. Let's go. Yes, very true. Mark. Doc always seems to make great halftime adjustments. He does. And he's been known to give some of the best speeches around, and I think that matters too. You get up in a couple asses, right? You get up in an ass or two. I think it matters, and he has a respect to be able to. There's a lot of coaches that will try to get up in your ass, and you're like, "Fuck is this guy?" Like imagine who, with all due respect, if two guys walked into your locker room, and one was Brad Stevens, and one was Doc Rivers, which one are you saying? Let's go run through a wall for.
Especially when Doc Rivers is standing next to Sam Cassell also.
Yeah, we don't have to go that far. We don't have to go to Sammy yet.
It's no contest, Tom. It's a no contest.
That matters. It matters because accountability is easier when you're a player. Like Nate McMillan, picks up another job and starts winning basketball games. Why? Because he's a former player, and guys will listen because everybody's going to know, oh, Nate McMillan. You know what I mean? They played in this league at a high level. That's not for everybody. You know what I mean? But you see it all around. Like, why did the Clippers want Lou in the building? Because he's a former player. Players listen. Steve Nash get the job. Former player. Players listen. And I think over time, when you have Steve Nash on your bench too, and Amari Stoudemire, you're going to listen to what they have to say. So I mean, even that holds weight. So I think it just holds weight all over the league. Now, Steve wants, we'll see what kind of coach he becomes. But it does hold weight being a former player and being a damn good one.
Mm-hmm.
Damn good one.
Ziggy, I'll just speak for Tom and I. Tom and I would have been cool if Sammy was the head coach. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how much we love Sam Cassell.
Yeah, definitely would have. Definitely would have.
On the Danny Green front, I'm making this meme right now, coming soon all A2D socials. It's going to say Danny Green when he heard everyone wanted to trade him, and it's going to be the Jordan meme. I took that personally. You know what I'm saying? He's going off. How many points does he have, Ralphie? You should know. You have it engraved in your mind.
22. 22 points.
Yep.
Yeah, well, he does. Kyrie runs the Nets. You know that.
Yeah, you got
gets to leave whatever he wants. Gets to do whatever he wants. Comes and goes. Family, personal. Nobody throws out personal more than Kyrie.
Nope.
Nobody in basketball.
It's like, we get it, Kyrie, but you still got to go to work, my friend. Still got to go to work. It's a thing. Everyone has to do it. It's cool. So who's the five we got out here? We got Ben. Oh, we got Hive. Okay. Danny Green, Tobias, and Mr. Curry.
Tobias. Not playing too bad.
Yeah, what do we got as far as stats so far, Tom?
I said Danny's got 22. Tobias has 9. Mike Scott has 6. Seth Curry has 11. Ben has 4. Dwight had 6 before he was tossed after 6 minutes of play. Sheik's got 5. Ferkie's got 3. Paul Reed's got 2. And Matisse Thybulle. Goose egg.
See this, Tom?
Have a steal.
Mike Grimm. This Danny Green won't last long. He's up and down like a roller coaster.
It won't last long. Hit open threes.
Playing good defense, getting some steals, team leadership. Mike Scott, you better make this. Nope. Why would you?
It's about where he should be. 2 for 6 from 3.
It is an absolute liability.
Block, Danny.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Is that not going to last, Mike Grimm?
He's been doing that every game.
Yep.
Is that why, Molly Mall? Is that why he didn't play? His girlfriend delivered the baby? Did not know that.
That wasn't public, no.
So, if that's the case, obviously, then
Yeah, that's fine.
Then see you, Kyrie. See you, Kyrie. That's obviously good reason to. But what was the reason earlier? Like the first reason earlier in the year was just like, I just needed time.
And he was at a club.
Yeah. So I don't know. There's question marks there, man. When you got a lot of high profile guys, people just assume it's easy to win. Like, it's not just easy to win. Like, not everybody's the Warriors. Like, not everybody's gonna be unselfish and take back seats.
Yeah.
Right? Not how it works all over the place. So, like, yeah, the one ball to go around thing's sort of stupid. But like, look how they moved the basketball for years. I mean, they always played for the extra pass.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. And they played great defense. So like everybody talking about the Warriors and they're scoring their 3. They were legitimately like a 3-and-D team. 3-and-D team. I mean, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green were on that team. We're on them teams. And both play great defense. So especially
and
when
the ball movement was so smooth.
So smooth.
So smooth.
They were like the Spurs on steroids.
Yeah.
Because the Spurs always moved the basketball well. Especially Pop's heyday. I mean, they kicked and moved and
I felt like there was definitely contact on that, wasn't there, Tom?
something felt weird. It could just been him shooting.
Fair.
But something felt weird.
To Ted, to your question, he says,
Oh fucking God.
Something's happening. Kuzma City?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Sprite commercial.
Dye your hair again, please. Dye your hair again.
God.
Maybe retire after the game. Like maybe have an announcement.
Yeah. Just
So you know what, guys? It's been a good run.
make a decision part 2. I'm taking my talents to the G League, please.
Who's the guy that for the Colts retired in halftime? He said, I can't take this
No, it wasn't
anymore.
the Colts, it was the Bills.
The Bills. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah.
It was the guy he was on the Hard Knocks episode where he got traded from the Dolphins.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know. Okay.
I watched that clip like 5 times a week just to look on his face.
Good luck.
When he finds out he goes from living from in Miami to Indianapolis, the look on his face is pure fear.
Yeah.
I don't know. I forget his name though, Ralphie.
Good luck for the Ben there.
What the fuck are we doing?
Ben's got his first basket. He's got 6 today, but 6 tonight. But that was
I can't take this
I can just hear Ralphie mumbling, and I know something bad's gonna happen.
I mean, can you guys fucking miss from 3, please? Jeez.
No.
God damn.
No.
Seth Curry a 3-ball. Sixers up 73.
Ted
3 to 62, and Curry now 14 after that 3. So, and he's 4 for 6 from 3. Seth Curry and the Sixers are shooting 42% from 3, 14 for 33 from downtown, and they're shooting 47% from the field.
But Ted, to your question, were there any? What were the reports that the Warriors were offering for Danny Green? They allegedly really wanted him. Apparently, it was going to be a 3. The most substance I heard was that it was going to be a 3-team deal involving the Wizards, where we would end up getting. I didn't tell you this, Ralphie. Where we were possibly, if Danny Green was going, we were going to end up with Davis Bertans.
No
Which for that contract, he's shooting horrible. I would have been pissed.
way. We wanted him last year.
I absolutely wanted him last year. Yes,
Badly.
but
Y'all can miss me with that.
no, I'm glad that didn't happen. 20. I think he signed what, Ralphie? Like a 20 a year. I think it was like a 4
for
year,
like
80.
5 years.
It was something ridiculous. Vontae Davis, Ralphie. That was the player.
Vontae. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, John.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Halftime with the Bills.
And a really good player for a long time too.
He was.
He got beat for like 400 yards that game, and he said, "You know, fuck this shit."
5 year, $80 million for Bertans.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And what is he shooting, Ev? Like 33% from 3?
What's he giving up?
It's below I'm pretty sure it's below the NBA average or something like that.
Like if he was still shooting 45% like he was last year, like okay, I'll have a conversation. But nah, the guy can't play defense and he's not shooting well enough from 3. I'm good.
Yeah.
Probably gives up 60% from 3.
No, he's not a good defender. He's the definition of one-dimensional. He can only shoot from the one spot at like the center corner type role. He can do one thing well. He doesn't do anything else. Can't pass, can't dribble, can't do anything.
Mike said I need Danny consistently, Mike, but he plays defense consistently. Like,
Yes.
you want to talk about the difference between Danny Green and JJ Redick is that when JJ Redick isn't making shots, he becomes a liability. If Danny Green's not making shots, he does not become a liability. That's the difference, and that's why this basketball team is third in defensive efficiency and the number one team in the Eastern Conference. And if they can hold on and win a game tonight again, then they continue to get better, and then I'll be 4 games over 500 on the road if they can hold this one out tonight up 11 versus the Lakers with 6 minutes to go in the third. So a lot of time left in this basketball game.
Yeah, a lot of time left. And the Sixers are getting very lucky tonight. I mean, very, very lucky tonight.
We don't have a center, genius. We literally don't have a center.
How are we getting lucky?
I know.
No, he's lashing out now. He knows the end is near. This is what we're doing.
We're getting lucky we don't have to face AD and LeBron. I mean, that's never easy. You know what I mean? That's never easy to do. You know, you're not having to see Embiid. You know, that's always nice not to have to see Embiid. But I'm not going to run from the fact that it's nice not having to see, you know, even with AD, it's nice knowing, no LeBron. Okay. It's nice to know, you should win this game. You know what I'm saying? You should.
Snatch that right out of there, huh? Come on, can we get some B-ball Paul in the game?
Yo.
What's up, Jimmy?
What's going on, boys?
What's up, brother?
Just got in. I've been listening to Tom McGinnis. He's a G.
Nope.
You never know when he's happy about the Sixers or happy about the other team's score.
Yeah.
I don't really listen to him.
No, I love McGinnis.
Somebody gets dunked on.
Yeah,
What's happening to your boy right now,
Is
Jimmy?
Steph Curry out there? Steph Curry is stroking. Not Seth. Steph. Steph's out there tonight, and he is stroking.
Jesus. I mean, Matisse Thybulle versus Kyle Kuzma. I mean, I feel bad for your boy up there, Ralphie. Ralphie has nothing to say. I love it.
Yeah,
he has nothing to say.
Straight bullshit. Can you guys miss a 3, please? For the love of God.
No, we can't.
That should be a flagrant, but we're not going to.
What happened to Dwight earlier in the game?
He looked at somebody the wrong way, probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
Walked into Montrez and bumped into him, and then Montrez pushed him, and they threw Dwight out the game. Literally, exactly what happened. Very odd.
And Ralphie, did we confirm that was like a double tech situation because he didn't have a first?
Yeah, I think so.
No, it has to be a double tech to get tossed. That's what it toss. Like if you don't have a first tech and you get tossed, it's
No, I'm saying like 2 in the same move. You know what I'm saying? Like 2 in the same situation. Like he didn't have one before that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's what getting tossed is. It's a double. I'm saying it's a double tech. Getting tossed is a double technical. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know that. Yeah. No, I see what you're saying there.
No, I don't understand. I don't understand the question. Like he didn't have one before. He had nothing before. He only played 6 freaking minutes. He walked
that's what I was confirming because we had it on mute. So I didn't know. I didn't know if he had a ticky-tack one beforehand.
No, they double teed him. They double teed him up. That was his only one. He didn't have anything before that. He was clean, supposedly. Obviously,
this is why they call this NBA so soft. They call this the softest that's ever been. You would get a warning for that. You can punch someone in the face, you'd probably only get a tech. You wouldn't get ejected.
No, back in the day, you could square somebody up at midcourt, at half court.
Yeah,
literally, I could go punch somebody in the nose, and they'd be like, "Oh, you know what? We're gonna keep you in the game. Yeah, we're gonna shoot free throws, but we'll keep you in."
Have another Kuz. Jesus.
God.
I love hating on Kyle Kuzma.
Imagine if they did something like a hockey, fights, but for the NBA.
Yeah,
I need it.
You just do like a Townsend and Embiid once in a while.
How about them Flyers?
Oh no, we don't talk about them. The Sixers are playing.
It's just so sad. I think I may be 15 seconds behind, but I just saw what we were talking about on the show on Monday with Ben. He went down low and then came back up, got the ball at the key. Maybe the closest person was 5 feet around him. He didn't even look at the rim. For us to be able to, take it to the next step, become contenders, he needs to start looking at that shot. Because if he starts hitting that shot 4 or 5 times a game, that's 10 extra points that we get.
I agree with everything you're saying for him to take his game to the next level. But you're telling me contenders? What else is this basketball team got to do to be contenders in people's eyes? I mean, my goodness gracious.
No,
what else can be contender? I mean, what else I got to do to be a contender right now for you, Jimmy?
I just seen so much pain in the playoffs over the last 3 years.
He was 14 years old.
Yeah.
He was literally 12. Like he was 12 years old. No 12-year-olds win in the postseason, essentially.
I get it. And now he's 14 years old. So, and he's shown us that he has that jump shot. And I love Ben. Everybody knows that I love Ben. And the George Hill edition was great. But you still got young role players that, in my opinion, are just way too inconsistent. And I just haven't seen them go into playoff wars yet. And I just need to know if they're going to be able to do that. And if they can't do that, then Ben Simmons needs to start taking that shot at the top of the key or taking that shot out the elbow. Because if our young guys are inconsistent, Ben needs to pick it up, especially if Joe's going to be getting bodies just thrown at him game after game.
Yeah, the only thing I'll say is this team is they've played tough postseason basketball games. Like Joe and Ben have played in tough postseason basketball games. Dwight, Danny played in tough postseason basketball games. All these other guys on the roster have played postseason basketball at this point. They're ready to take that next step. Like they're ready to go win. Like you're not gonna know you're gonna go win something before you win it. Like in the NBA is weird like that. Like when guys take it to the next step. Like I don't care what Ben I don't care about a Ben Simmons jumper per se because Ben Simmons isn't going to cut the nets down for me offensively. That's going to go through my big man who this offense goes through. Obviously we're going to have the microscope out right now because Joe's not playing. Fair. Be critical. Be critical because it's for him to take his game to the next level, not for us to take our team to the next level. We're already there. We have enough spacing. We're there. So the guy who's going to be the difference maker to get us to go there is Joel Embiid. If Joel Embiid struggles in the postseason, we're not going anywhere we want to go. If Joel Embiid's dropping 30 a night, then book your tickets, per se. Book them because we're going. We are going to the NBA Finals if he does. Because I think everything else, Jimmy's going to come into play. Like I think Ben's going to give you 16 a night. I think Toby's going to give you 20 a night. These guys, Seth's going to give you 15 plus a night. I mean, these numbers are almost guaranteed for you, for the most part. Like, as much as we're critical of Ben, he walks into his numbers for the most part. He always does. And I'm critical of the guy, right? You just had a three. You look good doing it at the end of a quarter, right? Just go do it once in a while.
In and out, yeah.
But you're right. You can't look at the rim. You can't not look at the rim. Like, you can't get the ball and just be like.
But that's what I'm saying. When he gets the ball at the top of the key in our half-court set, he'll get the ball at the top of the key. Nobody's around him. He needs to start looking at the rim because that'll just add my confidence level in the Sixers are very high. But if he was to, I'm not asking for the three. I don't care about the three. I'm asking for him to just start looking at that shot. I understand he's very aggressive, and I love that about him going to the rim. But I'm just saying if Furkan's in the rotation, if Shake is getting significant playoff minutes and they're coming up small in the 10 to 18 minutes they will play in the playoffs, Ben is going to be the one that needs to pick it up for them.
Well, I mean, you're going to, that's where a guy like George Hill, etc., is going to have to play a bigger role, right? I mean, I think you have enough balanced scoring. Like when everybody's playing that you don't need like 25 from Ben per se.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you don't need that. Like, will it help our overall offense if he just looks at the rim and attempts like a shot or two a game? Yeah, it's absolutely going to help us for sure. He's got to do it at some point, Jimmy. Nobody's going to run from that one, but we're already contenders. That was my whole argument. We're already there. We're already there. Come fucking see us. I want the Nets. I can't wait for them. I'm freaking sitting here, and we just better not get knocked out before we see them. But I'm sitting here waiting for the freaking Brooklyn Nets. I want to smoke them. And in 7, because we're not going to go sweeping nobody like them, right? But I want to beat them in 7 in Philly. How freaking delightful would that be? Right?
That would be.
And the thing is that we both on the Flight Zone, I always preach, I want Ben Simmons to shoot right now. But if he's not shooting sooner rather than later, which he doesn't, honestly, I'm starting to see he doesn't need that much, I guess. But I don't want him to be taking shots in the playoffs over someone like Danny Green or Tobias Harris. I wouldn't want him he wouldn't be taken at a consistent level, I don't think. If he's not doing that all season, why was he just going to start doing it in the playoffs? That's why I was kind of confused when Jimmy said he's saving his 3 for the playoffs. That was crazy. Nah.
Well, he's shown he can shoot. So
Yeah, that was my point.
now it becomes if he wants to. But I agree with Evan too. Like that. Who would you in the playoffs? Like, do I want Ben shooting a 15-foot jumper, or do I want him trying to drive and dish to Danny or Seth or Tobias or even Joe? Like, I mean, you know what I mean? I'd rather have Joe shooting a 3 or the 20-foot jumper than Ben or most of these guys. Honestly, that's the crazy thing. So, I mean, do I need to be? And I know everybody on this panel has been the same way about it. Just be aggressive, dude. Like I'll deal with the rest. I really will. I will truly deal with the rest. If you're aggressive, play great defense. Now tonight he was aggressive early, but he's only attempted 6 shots. Okay, but he's got 12 dimes. He's got 12 dimes. So I'm not. It's not a crown party, but he's got 12 dimes, 6 rebounds. He's got a block, and he's got 2 steals. So it's not like, and he's a plus 12. Yeah. He's a plus 12, and I'm not missing plus 12. That fucking hockey bullshit. But it does matter. Like, you know what I mean? It does matter that he's impactful. And that's my only thing. If he's not aggressive, Jimmy, and there's games in the playoffs where we're like, yo, did he play? Did he play? Then I'm freaking flipping out. Flipping out. As long as I know he played every game, I mean, if we're winning, that's going to help too. Yeah. But I think I can be okay with it this year. Now, next year, I need another jump, right? This year, he's at least attempted the 3 ball, right? More than he has. Kyle Kuzma should just get out of the leg immediately. Like,
He's so bad. He's so bad.
Oh,
bullshit contract.
84 to 6.
Why did you sign that contract for him, Ralphie?
Don't ask me. I'm not the GM.
Well, you better. I thought you had connection to that.
Isn't LeBron the GM?
Fair. That's fair. No, Tom, you've heard me say it a million times. I don't care about the 12-foot jumper in the play. I don't care if he's crashing the basket, if he's finishing at the rim, and then he's doing his job at the line. He's gonna walk into 20 points. You know what I'm saying? Like we talked about it before, and I'm not. Before everyone starts freaking panicking like they did last time, we went over this. I'm not comparing him to Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm not doing that. But he was the MVP without a 12-foot jumper. You know what I'm saying? Like he was the MVP of the friggin' league. I do not need Ben Simmons to, by the way, be ball Paul in the game. I don't need Ben Simmons to be the MVP of the league. If he's the 3rd best scorer behind Tobias and Joel, and if he's doing his thing defensively and creating space for everybody else, that's all I need. As long as Ben Simmons is not a liability like he has been in the past in the playoffs, I'm good. That's all I want. Now, I'm not fine with that for the rest of his career, but I'm talking about strictly in our situation as a roster when you have Joel healthy and Tobias doing his thing and the role players around him. That's all I need from Ben Simmons. That's all.
Yeah, I could do it after 5 for 9 from the line tonight.
Oh, no, that pisses me off. No,
I think if that's a part of him being aggressive. He goes into the hole and gets fouled. Like you have to make the free throws. You can't be Dwight Howard and make one and to miss one. You got to make your free throws.
Yep,
you got it.
70%. We made the shot look like too pretty at this point for any of us to sit here and say, like when Markel wasn't shooting, it was like, oh my God, you see that hitch, right? Like when this guy's shooting, it's like, why are you not jacking like that?
It's not a bad jump shot.
Yeah,
it's actually really smooth for a big man.
I might freaking attempt 10 jumpers a game with that one, but it'll attempt the tough one sometimes, like the fadeaway, like the Kobe, and it's like, damn, you're willing to attempt that one, but to your point, Jimmy, you're not going to attempt the 12. We just saw right on the last possession. I mean, it was like hot potato. I mean, Furkan didn't even know the ball was coming to him. I almost hit him in the fucking face. So, that's one where you just give a look, make somebody come out, breathe, make somebody come out, and then they want to defend you, then you take it to the rim all day. If you sit there and nobody comes around you, just take the shot.
Yeah.
Private.
And then Rye, Ev, and our point, come postseason, then you can just pump fake, go, because then people are going to respect you. You don't even got to take the shot ever in the postseason.
Exactly. Private 210. I understand your question. Listen, it's always a question with health with Embiid, but as much as you're saying that, by the way, is that an N1, Paul?
Reed
N1.
Yeah.
Let's go.
N1 out of the mud. If you're going to ask the Joel Embiid question, will he be healthy for the next? I will ask you a question. Will Kevin Durant be healthy?
I don't know.
Like, if we want to talk about health, you cannot talk about Embiid without talking about Durant.
Yeah, I don't want to see that. I don't. I'd rather see him with both of them playing than without them. I don't know. I don't know how I'd feel like if we had to play them and they didn't have Durant and we didn't have Embiid. I don't know. That series changes for me big time.
Oh, of course. Oh.
Yeah, like I'm just talking to him. Like I don't know. Like I don't. You know, I think it goes 7 with all of them playing, and it might go 6 Nets way, maybe. But then I think back and I say, well, postseason Harden. Maybe that still goes 7 Sixers.
Postseason Kyrie without LeBron too. Remember what he did with the Celtics a couple years ago?
Oh yeah, we were witnesses. I love using that little term. We were witness. We were witness to this shit show.
I mean, we also had the without Kyrie, and we still lost. So,
well, no, I'm
that's
saying
when Scary Terry got his money.
Yes, that is true. That's when Terry Rozier didn't miss.
Yeah, that series was just painful. That series was almost as painful as the Raptors, low key.
Yeah,
because
it's engraved in my head that
because going into the playoffs, we had the 17-game win streak or something, and we kind of rolled past the Heat with James Johnson and all, and then the Celtics came, and we were fresh off of 3 straight seasons of just abysmal play, and then Ben's rookie year, we think we have a shot against the Celtics, and you know.
We were too young, right? Like,
yeah, way too young, young, and no defense.
Yeah, way too young. Not a good enough coach.
Yeah, Brett Brown.
Yeah,
and we had to change the stigma of purposely losing, which is like hard to do, especially when like your 2 players that are your main players were all part of the losing. Even if they weren't playing, you understand? Like they weren't playing, they were around the roster that was winning 8 fucking games. So you now have to flip a switch, which was hard for Brett to do. I give Brett credit for even winning 50+ games like he was doing.
Oh yeah,
because it's hard to change that culture. Usually the next guy comes in and changes it, and here we are, right? And this is the guy. Not to change our culture from being a 50-win team to a team that's legitimately going to Eastern Conference and NBA Finals for the next 5 years, and you can book it. Write it in your notes on your iPhone, right? Freaking video record this. I'll say it again for you. I'll give you a minute. Video record this one too. We are an NBA Finals contender the next 5 freaking years, and maybe 6, because I think Joel Embiid is a dominant player until he's 34. All right? Hot take. Dominant player until he's 34. By that time, we're talking like 2030, Jimmy. I see your look. Did you know about the modern medicine? He might with a fake leg on him. He's
going to have a bionic knee.
Yeah, bionic knee.
Surgeries.
A fucking robotic knee. Can you imagine that?
Did Shake just hit a buzzer beater, by the way, on Ralphie?
I don't know. Ralph just turned off the screen. I didn't know.
Yeah, he did. He fucking did. My Matthew's fucking nuts.
No, this is great. Hold on, this is great. 4 Aaron Baines. Felipe, it's 4 a.m. in the UK, and I just want to see B-Ball Paul destroy Montrezl.
B-Ball Paul, I like what I see. I do.
Me too.
He's
pound that like button. Sorry. Pound that like button wherever you're watching us at, Facebook, YouTube, and subscribe. We're almost at 5K. Right? Been yelling at a lot of people to subscribe. A lot of yelling, a lot of demands. Right? And you've answered. You've answered the call. And look at you. This is why I don't trade any of you guys. You know what I mean? This is why I'm like more like Daryl Morey. You know what I mean? I like what I say. I like what I say.
Who's the Tony Bradley though? Because everybody was freaking out over that.
I can't.
I do want to ask while we're on the subject, if we had Embiid but the Nets didn't have Durant, how many games do you see that series going for all 5 of you and the fan?
Wait, if we had Embiid and they didn't have Durant?
Yes. So if we're fully healthy and they do not have Durant.
Oh, that's over it. That's 6.
Sixers and 6.
Oh, I'm glad nobody said 4. I'm happy nobody said 4. Okay, well I'm checking the temperature.
It could honestly be 5 with the way if Kyrie and Harden and butt heads, it could go 5. But 6 is probably the more realistic answer.
Yeah, 6.
These we haven't been in that dogfight per se. Like in that spot, like in an NBA Finals. I mean, in Eastern Conference Finals. The fact that we haven't been there, I think that this would go 6 because I think we would cough up games with maybe a little inexperience from Ben, Joe, a little bit, maybe. Maybe. That's a big maybe. from it going 5. Like I could see 5, but more realistically 6. Like you take a game off. I think we go 7 with Durant. I think you take a game off without him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm not scared of him with Durant, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's also if Durant is out, Ben, you could move Ben and Matisse and Danny Green and George Hill. You could just rotate them on Harden and Kyrie the whole game, just different bodies at them throughout the whole game. Now, if you were to have KD, that's when it gets interesting, and that's why it most certainly will probably go to 7. But you could throw Ben on Harden, you could throw Ben on Kyrie, and since you got the acquisition of George Hill, you got you have some ballers on the team now.
And their bench would be still bad. So, but it's also weird because Harden has been kind of carrying this team the last few weeks.
Yeah,
with Kyrie inconsistently in and out of the lineup, and then you have Durant out. So it's hard to tell because they've been rolling on all cylinders as well as we have. So
Not familiar though. Like I mean, hey, riddle me that. Did that happen before? Like did James Harden carry a team? Yeah, he does it, and then he gets in the postseason, and the Blinds girl has never found a goddamn nut. Never found a nut, people. Never found a nut. I mean, all the greats find a nut. Me and Ryan were talking about this the other day. Like, Charles found a nut and got to a finals, right? Like, all the greats find a way to at least get there. Ewing got there, right? Never won it, but all the greats at least get the one. They've never been the one. First place in the West year in, year out. Oh, Houston Rockets. Houston Rockets.
They should have made it against the Warriors that one year. They should have.
That was when Paul got hurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go be great then, James.
Yeah.
Go be great, baby. I have a 45er. Have a little 45-piece nugget right on somebody on the Warriors.
Paul Reed's
the thing is with that series is that Chris Paul wasn't scoring that many. He was just being the facilitator, whereas Kyrie Irving is more ball dominant, and he's going to be taking more shots. And if he's not hitting his shots, I'd feel confident with the Sixers. I mean, as long as their bench does well.
B-ball Paul back in the game, by the way. Back in the game.
Good
Ooh, there you go. Oh, shit.
Johnson's kind of menacing. I don't know.
He's got Milton, Thibault, Korkmaz, T. Harris, and B-ball Paul in the game.
That is a weird lineup, but they don't have a center, so. Where's Poirier?
Back on the couch now. We got released.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We should have signed him for a 2-day contract.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing too. Now it's the time of the year where we're going to see all the 10-day contracts get dished out.
Mm-hmm.
I think what, Ralphie, did the Pacers give somebody a 10-day this morning?
Yeah, like 2 hours ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Kyle Kuzma. Oh, hey, Ralph.
Well, when he was 6-man, John, because he wasn't starting. He wasn't starting on that team.
Yeah, he was the 6th man, and then after that year they traded him.
Don't count. Don't count because that team went through Durant and Russ. So doesn't count. He wasn't the main cock when he's been
and a good Serge Ibaka.
And you want to talk about babies making it to the finals? It's very striking similarities between that OKC team and this team if we were to make it to the finals this year. And I'd just be interested to see what were to happen if we were to make it to the finals, if we fall short like OKC did, or if we pull through. Because both KD and Russ were young in 2012, right?
Yep.
So it'd just be interesting to see what would happen if we were to make it to the finals this year with how young Ben and Joe are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Levi, would you stop? Would you stop the what ifs?
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. Remember what if? And if the refs in there?
Levi, listen, I was probably the only person that at the beginning of the season was actually okay with getting Harden along with Embiid, but can we stop with that? Can we stop?
Yeah, you were an issue too with that. So,
listen, I've changed.
Yeah, well,
I've changed.
Listen,
Tom, winning changes people. Winning changes people.
Except for Laurie. Don't change like that.
No, God, no.
Don't go that.
No, we don't have. Hey, listen, we don't have a ring in a parade yet, so I'm not there yet.
No.
So summer version of me, I could be an issue. Fall version of me, I could be a huge issue, but we're not there.
Sorry, NBA TV Saturday night. Okay, versus the Clips.
Oh, all right.
That's a good one to watch.
And another one, Ted says Iverson was another guy, went to the finals by himself. Like every great guy, every great squirrel that's blind gets nutted. You know what I mean? Like one time, I don't know if that means, they find one. So I got a squirrel that comes out back of my house every day, and I'm like, bro, you are looking to get killed. I don't let the dog out on purpose because I don't want to see him accident.
Oh, that's
Like he literally, like, the one time he saw him, that dude, the squirrel literally will come up and always with a peanut. I mean, like, where are you getting peanuts, bro? Like, where'd you find it? The dude's like twice a week in the backyard, like up on the deck, straight up. Like we have a fence too. You're getting through a little spot. I know where he gets through. All right, and then he fucking just right. I'm like, oh my god, I could light your lamp. But I think I might over the deck. Like I might tear every ACL, MCL. Like the rain, like the rain. In a second, because I think I can fucking kill him. But even that squirrel, you know what I mean? Find some nuts.
Like Paul Pierce in the playoffs that one time when he was on the.
Ralphie.
Look, that shot was atrocious looking.
Yeah, I don't want him ever shooting a three. I'm okay with never seeing that again. Who's standing? Is that Ben? See him standing.
I hope Dwight doesn't keep trying those threes in the playoffs. That's gonna.
We're like the mid-range Devin that like he's been trying like 3 times a game.
I remember when a couple years ago when we'd be like Joel when he'd be at the three, we'd be like no, don't shoot.
That was last year too.
It's literally like when my son wakes up from a nap. It's like an infinite set when they shoot it. Yeah, I mean,
Joel's just like the second best three shooter on the starting 5 last year. So
yeah, but that's not saying much.
we couldn't stretch it. Listen, we couldn't stretch nothing out.
Right.
I mean, it was compact city.
Ben should have averaged 5 more assists last year.
Levi.
What
It
do
was
you
too much defense and not offense.
Who hacked your account tonight? You're my guy. I mean, you know what I mean? You're my guy. Well,
he's about to cut you, Levi. He's going to cut you from the team.
If I still could, I would. We'd have at least we'd have a meeting. We would have a one-on-one.
No, you know what you tell? Run a lap.
Yeah,
Get your head right.
Where were you this weekend? You know what I mean? I'm going to go to where were you this weekend? We're talking about G League stats.
Well, Giddy was the MVP.
You struggle on the mound. You're going to come to me and show me your little league numbers. Is that what we're going to do? You know what I mean? You struggle 17 UAA ball on the mound. You're going to come slide me across the table, coach. Before you don't start me next game, let me just slip this across. And it's going to be freaking articles of your little league from like a freaking retrospect town newspaper, right? That's the kind of shit we're doing now. Because that's what the G League equals to me. It's like little league baseball. Like everybody plays well. Like even the 12th guys. Like, oh my God, look at little Johnny. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him go. He's 0 for 28 on the year. Like, stop. Just
they always say numbers don't lie, but your eyeballs never lie. That's something that, you know, and that shot was just atrocious looking.
Yeah, like I hear you.
100. You could tell me he was 90 for 90, and I would have been like,
like Levi. And this is a guy like I liked last year, but Moriel Shayok, people were calling him the G League Durant. You know where he is now? He's on his couch. He was scoring like 40 a night in the G League.
That's a blast from the past. What a name.
Shayok? Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was Kevin Durant's cousin.
He's a great player.
That was like Durant. It was like Durant's doppelganger. Yeah, I mean, people were like, "Hey, you see Kevin?" Like,
Yeah.
Oh my God! Like in groups, like, what the fuck?
Gotta get tickets to the Delaware Blue Coats. You gotta see this kid play.
Dude, there'd be guys in groups literally saying like, "I went down to the game." I mean, when I tell you, I know talent. Like, dude,
Yeah.
they're playing against a bunch of Division II guys. Essentially, that's why I look at it. Division I, Division II. When you head down there, you better play well. Because if you don't play well, you're going to go from there, and overseas ain't even going to want you. You understand? Like, overseas is going to say, tax-free money, fuck you. We're not taking you. Taking the U.S. Seriously. You have to go play where, like, freaking LaMelo played. You're going to be playing in Lithuania. Lithuania, the middle of winter in Lithuania. Freaking you can't even make shots because the gym's still cold. You know what I mean? They got freaking wood burn fucking stoves in there trying to keep you warm in Lithuania, and that's where you're gonna end up. I don't know where this is going, but that's where you're gonna end up.
Ralph, James Jackson. A lot of people were asking about Kuzma, but James Jackson wants your thoughts on Kuzma.
He needs to step up, James. He needs to step up. He got that big money in the goddamn summer. He needs to step it the fuck up. Let's go.
Put it in his hair. Put all the product in his hair.
Oh, is that where he's at, Levi? Jesus.
Good for him.
We were looking for Shaq for a 3-ball last year in the playoffs, and we were getting
we were looking for anybody to get a 3-ball in the playoffs last year.
He was on the active roster in the playoffs. That's how bad it got. That's how bad
we
it
need
got.
the water boy. We tryouts right before the game.
I remember a couple people in these groups. They were. I'm sure Tom's talking about the same people. Like when they were talking about Shaq. Oh, he passes the eye test. Oh, yeah. The one move, it's Durant-esque. His one move to the left. It's like, are you Durant-esque? Durant-esque. What? Like, I get it. Like, he somewhat kind of, like, moves like him, but stop it. Why? Because he's skinny? Because he's skinny? He's Durant? And he could kind of shoot a little bit? Bible? Scotty? No? Okay. I do want to ask you guys.
Oh, my God.
Wow, what is Kuzma about to do?
He's so fucking
bad. Everyone knows.
I'll trade you. I think the trade deadline's still going on. It's not past 3 o'clock.
Oh, for you guys, it's
you
still.
Want, you want Kuz? You guys, anybody want Kuzma? Because I can't take this bullshit anymore, man.
I wouldn't give you a 3rd-round pick for Kuzma, and a 3rd-round pick doesn't even exist.
Night, Tommy.
I'd take Kuzma over Korkmaz.
See you, Tom.
Shut up, Jimmy. I heard
I'd
that.
take Kuzma over Korkmaz.
No.
Listen, I hate Furkan Korkmaz because Greg loves him, but I'm not doing. I can't.
I love Furky.
I can't do this. And Greg's in the chat. Greg's gonna come flying through the screen. He might freaking be tuning in from the jacuzzi. We might see Greg appear on screen in a second.
Another good look for the Lakers.
Come on, Furk. Make this. Yeah, I'm gonna actively root for Furkan now. That's what I'm gonna do.
I'd rather Furkan.
100%.
Kuzma's just like
He's making
oh my money. God. This dude is just running around at this point, man.
Oh, really? What are we about to see? Oh, come to the line. Well, Tom, it's that cue. It's the cue. What happens at the foul line for Furkan?
1 for 2.
Yep. The king of it.
Every single time.
Like,
you're a shooter. You are a shooter. That is your job in the NBA. How are you missing free throws?
TTP. You're a white guy. You're a white guy. You're a white guy. The only way you get in the league is by shooting. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're shooters. It's Larry Bird. You know what I mean? French Lick, Indiana. Okay? I mean, you freaking shoot. You don't even dribble. Like, he didn't even dribble, and it was in the middle of nowhere. You're like, yeah, grass. Just a net. Freaking Stroke City. You know what I mean? Damn it, fucking free throws, Ferk. Okay? Look at this guy. Look at this guy. I know we're up 16. I don't care. But look at this guy. The king of the one.
Come back. 6 minutes left.
You don't come back down 14.
There's people saying Trey Burke played like Allen Iverson.
Yeah, remember that
Trey Burke hive? The Trey Burke hive?
Yeah, we were getting a little ahead of ourselves. I think the losing culture, like 3 years prior, just it brought us love for players that weren't that good. And I feel like that's been a part of the city for a long time. Stuart Bradley with the Eagles, just all these guys that they show glimpses of flashes, and then they're the next coming of Jesus Christ, Michael Jordan, all these guys. It's just
I would trade Ferk for Woody and White Man Can't Jump. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's fair. I would do that deal.
But the one thing I did not understand last year is the fact that we let Trey Burke walk, we got rid of Trey Burke, but we kept Raul Neto.
It's because he was a problem in the locker room because he was bargaining for playing time, and Brett Brown didn't want to do it. Raul Neto, he was just a guy who's going to come in and play a role. Yeah, Trey Burke and his agent, they were complaining behind the scenes.
Well, his agent too. It was his dad.
His dad, yeah.
It was the three of them. I'm sorry, it was the three of them. Yeah.
His dad on Twitter. All over. His dad on Twitter was attacking.
Where is he now?
Dallas
The
Mavericks.
Mavericks.
Dallas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he signed like a 3-year deal. Yeah,
He was playing minutes with them in the bubble while we were getting swept.
scored 40. Scored 40 in the playoffs for him.
Well, everybody freaking did in the bubble. I mean, my goodness gracious, everybody but us. I mean, there was like
pretty much.
bubble Warren, there was bubble Murray. Like there was a lot.
You just hate to see it.
There's a lot of guys that came out of nowhere, right, Ralphie, that lit that bubble up.
Yeah, and the Sixers couldn't get their shit together, and you just hate to see it sometimes.
See, you know what this is?
Cannonball. Remember Cannonball? Cannonball.
Oh, yeah, Cannon.
Isaiah Cannon.
This is the part of the evening where Ralphie's going to start lashing out because he knows the end is near. So now he's going to have all these passive aggressive little remarks. That's what he's going to do.
Oh yeah, well, Ted, the Mavs are the white man can't jump team. I mean, they're the all white man can't jump team.
Go ahead, Jimmy. What were you going to say?
I was just going to add Ish Smith as another throwback name because
Look at Dallas's starting lineup.
It's like all the couple Philly rejects too.
Imagine you have Luka, JJ, Porzingis, all these guys at the same time.
The Magic had all the Sixers rejects too.
True. Well, that's the funny thing too, that the Mavericks, they were saying before the deadline, like I was watching this Mavericks stream the other night where they were like the fans, they were talking about like who they wanted just because the Mavericks were literally in on everybody like over the weekend. Yeah. So they were like, the biggest thing we need is defense. And then the same people today were happy about JJ Redick. And I'm thinking to myself, you didn't get defense. That's the one. Like that's the one thing you did not get. You got more shooting.
I think it's a good move for them. Like it's fine.
That's how they play.
Like, can he shoot better? Like playing for a better team right now, and maybe a bigger role than he was getting with the Pelicans. Maybe good for him. I mean, it's just so wrong. Everybody's so wrong. Like even Woj tried to sit on ESPN yesterday and say, "Well, Jay just got a house in Brooklyn." It sounds like that's where he's going to go.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Get a house in Brooklyn before he got traded to Philly too.
So why can't he come to Philly or Washington or Boston? Right? Like I mean, you know what I mean? Anywhere he's close to home, essentially.
Or the Knicks. Yeah. Like, why does it have to be Brooklyn? Why not 15 minutes away for the Knicks?
Loser, Woj.
Same state.
Go blow another person, Woj, in the front.
You see Anthony Gargano is a new NBA insider, I guess.
Wow. As soon as I saw who retweeted that, Evan, I'm like, okay, this is fake. Wentz going to Chicago. Okay, no, that's fake.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was it? What happened?
Nah, the report came out today. Gargano, who I like Gargano. Mm-hmm. He was saying that he had sources, something with Miami. It was the Lowry thing. Like Lowry, Miami was a done deal.
The Raptors were getting nervous or something like that.
Oh yeah. And then it was increasingly likely that Miami was going to get Lowry, and then Eganoff retweeted. It's like I'm also hearing these things. It's like it's like you heard that Wentz was going to Chicago and Nick Foles was back, and that was a done deal.
Yeah, well, she can stop. Go make a look. Listen, go put a little more raviolis in the water. All right, put a little more raviolis in the water. And I'm not taking a shot of women in sports. I'm taking a shot of her. She's the one who cooked food on air. Okay, you cook food on air. Hello, Glass House. Stop
on a cardboard box.
Anthony Gargano has the right to source whatever the fuck he wants to. He's been doing this shit for a long time, and I love the cuz. Okay, I mean that's a guy that I grew up listening to in sports radio, just like asking and other guys that have the street cred per se in the business that have sources, and he might have been right. Listen, it might have been almost a done deal. It very well could have been. Teams back out of deals, like they do it all the time, and it's like maybe they backed out because maybe Houston called. We don't know, and they said, Miami said, we would have Oladipo then. So you know what I'm saying, guys? Yeah. So they're not going to give up Tyler Hero in that deal. So maybe they came close with Duncan Robinson in that deal, okay, some other pieces, and maybe it was about to happen. And then next thing you know, you get on the phone and say, Houston, this is how it works. Then they're going to get on the phone and say, hey, we almost got a done deal with Toronto right now. This is what it is. You want in for Oladipo. What, you know what I mean? And then they make you an offer there, right? And you're finding out Kelly fucking Olynyk or whatever the hell it was, whatever you give up, nothing. Well, what deal are you going to make? Are you going to give up Duncan Robinson or Tyler Hero for a 35-year-old Lowry? Or are you going to go take bad news Oladipo? I'm going to go take the younger guy.
It's getting a little too close now. Now
Bro,
I'm getting
the NBA. What you guys
I'm
say?
not.
The NBA.
I can't, Tom. We can't do the Warriors game again. Tom.
Fucking God.
Okay, we might be fine.
Buckets.
Danny Green.
Did it? You stop it. You stop it. Freedom. Jerk offs.
Yeah.
I was one of those people. I did admit to it on Monday that my talk was outlandish. Danny Green is a huge part of this team, and we should definitely not have traded him. So I apologize for that. I apologize to Danny Green, and I apologize to you, Tom.
All you can have is accountability, Jimmy. All you can have.
Wow.
Oh, did he just pass that?
Again?
Stop.
Please?
Stop.
Oh, I was gonna say Ralph's getting out of here.
Can we get a fucking foul? I mean,
we go.
fuck, man.
No,
Sorry
this
for
is what happens.
cursing, but
This
Jesus
is what happens.
Christ.
This happens when you're getting raped. You know what I mean? The foul.
Finally, man.
They got
KCP.
Oh, we had the foul. The foul call. He said finally.
Sympathy.
Look at him. Finally. He says finally. I'm gonna go check how many foul calls.
Finally.
We have 24 fouls against us, and you have 17. So I would take the finally, and I would tread lightly, Homer Simpson. Get back to the
Yeah, I would relax.
game.
I mean, like, Ralphie, you want to tell the fan what you texted me the other day, what you're shifting your focus to after LeBron injury?
The NFL draft.
So I send Ralphie, like, the initial report, like, when LeBron got hurt, and he says, it's fine. I'm shifting my focus to the NFL draft. I'm like, wow, you're out. Like, you're not even like, oh, next man up mentality, Kuzma season. You're just like, oh, I'm switching sports.
Hey, speaking of the NFL draft, I want to say one thing.
Oh, how
Not
would you
Mr. like Uncle Shorts in a T. It is 101.91, Jay. What's up, brother?
I know what you're about to say. I know what you're
I'm
saying.
Mr. like Shorts in a T-shirt guy. But we already know this guy can play. And we watched a middle fucking linebacker run a 4.36. A what? A 4.36. I'm drafting him at 6 and going to bed. I'm drafting him at 6 and going to bed. Now, I already know he can play on the football field. I already know.
Marco Parsons?
Yeah, I already know he can play.
Absolutely.
I already know he can play. Now you're 4.35 in me or 4.36 in me or 4.3 anything in me. Are you kidding me? And this is now, Kuzma for 3.
We got a game, baby.
Yeah, see now.
We got a game.
Yeah,
Now I'm not going to cover this.
Here we go.
This is not what I need. This is not what we need right now.
This is what I needed. This is awesome.
That's exactly why I don't need it.
This is what happens in every NBA game in basketball. Runs, and then
you can't let a team hang in like us.
like
We're too deadly.
Like us? Get minutes?
Levi, Mike was always top 5 on my guys. I just never believed they were going to draft them, so I stopped talking about them.
Yeah, linebacker. Yeah, oh my God,
something like that.
We don't put value in the linebacker business.
I beat that drum last year with Patrick Queen.
Yeah, I wanted Patrick Queen, but we don't do linebackers. So we do
Alex Singleton, man.
We do the Alex Singletons. We do the Nate Gearys. We do all these guys, and we all know how it works out.
What's up, boys?
103.
What up, Jake?
What's up?
Yep.
What's up, Jake?
101.96.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, think about that. Think about that, Marky Mark. Saquon ran a 4.4. Parsons out here running a 4.36. So
yeah, take him at 6 and let's go to bed.
Parsons is what, like 250 something, or no?
Yeah, something like that.
Close. She's close to that.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, he's a middle linebacker running even if he was running a 4.4, you're like, oh my God.
If we were to do
wide receiver too, can't probably play both sides of the ball.
The running back.
If we were to take linebacker, if we were to take Surtain or take the linebacker Micah Parsons, what would the second round look like? I like a guy getting like Najee Harris, Travis Etienne, because you get a solid backup 1-2 punch next to Miles, and then you won't have to you won't have to rush into a contract with Miles knowing that you have one of those guys right behind him.
Yeah, for sure.
Was that a foul?
Yeah, was that a foul?
Yeah, it
Rob?
was a fucking foul.
What was the call?
Foul on
up there.
Schroder, and then somebody gets a technical.
No.
How is that a foul?
Well, he just
Oh,
he
boy.
pickpocketed him.
Whatever.
You want to ask the same question with the Dwight Howard situation?
Yeah, I know. Seriously, I think he should still be in the
It's like a
game.
pass interference call.
Right.
1-on-1. Look at the PI right around the back.
And,
Got it. Wrap around.
That's a bad call. That's a bad call.
ugh.
So what we got? We got Seth, Danny Green, Hive, Simmons.
Thank you.
He's
Thank
gonna
you.
pass to Danny. Ugh.
Thank you.
It's a tough call.
Ralphie.
What's that call?
Yeah, Parsons wasn't really high on anyone's list because he had some slap ass allegation at his.
Some off the field issues or something.
Yeah.
I agree, TCP. I agree. I don't know why you're passing to the Hive.
No, don't.
What the hell was that pass?
Deflected.
Oh.
Oh, this game.
We're doing this. What is this, third game?
Buckle up,
round?
baby.
John Lynch, did you see Rondell Moore's cone drill? Huh. That's more than the 40. That matters more than the 40 to me, especially for wide receivers. And his cone drill was, he was like floating. He was floating. Oh, 102.98, up 4 now. Now, Mr. Simmons, I need you to be aggressive right now. Kyle Kuzma stinks. I think he took your girl once. I need you to go to the shed on him.
Pass it out.
It's actually factual what you just said, Tom. That actually happened.
All right. Felt like I saw it somewhere.
There you go.
Toby, let's go, baby. Get our money guys stepping up. Money guys stepping up down the stretch. Toby's got 17 now. He's
Gotta
only,
get a fucking stop.
boys, he's only 8 for 10 from the field. Montrezl again.
Montrez.
Montrezl.
20, 14 in this quarter. But we wanted to trade him. Okay.
Yeah, who was crushing him in the chat earlier? TTP?
Oh my god.
All right.
Getting too cute.
No way.
Stop, Ralph.
Ralph. Ralph.
Let's start now.
I'll mute my mic. Yo, that's a bad call, by the way. I'm just saying. Bad call.
They didn't count it?
Count what? The fact that he shuffled his feet 42 times? We just
I
couldn't.
know, bro.
I know. We're acting like we didn't watch that. We're about a little hand check. I mean, the guy did the 2-step. He made it into a 22-step. It was unbelievable. That's a walk, too. That's walk
There we
six.
go.
Get on the floor. Damn it.
Stay down.
Dennis Schroder looks like he's dead. Might be powerful. Via Bill Middlebrook.
Circa like what, 2 years ago now?
Yeah, he's dead. He's on the.
He's dead.
He could be paralyzed. What? Good luck. I don't like that dish. You were under it. You had it.
Ah.
Damn it! I don't like that dish. Shit. I love unselfishness. Sometimes I don't.
Oh no.
No.
That's a block. That's a block, Tommy. Tommy, that's a block. Tommy, that's a block.
God.
Keep
Tommy,
moving.
that's a great call. Tommy,
You could be
that's a great call.
The only way you're more in there is if you got quicksand.
No,
Honey,
dude,
you got
that's a great call.
Okay? He's cemented in.
Lord.
Run the
That's a
tape.
great call.
Run the tape.
How is there only 51 seconds left? I feel like things are happening so fast.
Yeah. And you know what? You know what, Ryan? These last 51 seconds are going to feel like half an hour.
I feel like we were just talking about Najee Harris. We were feeling good.
We're talking
We
about
got Kyle Kuzma.
436. We're making fun of freaking Cisco's hair here. Yeah, you stink.
Thank
loser.
you.
Tom, we were talking about raviolis on top of cardboard boxes. We were living the life a minute ago.
Oh, Matt, I'll eat a Grubhub us some pasta with a sauce. I got a pasta on the side of a sauce.
Yeah. I have serious sources.
There's
The
another.
raviolis?
There's
Oh,
another.
I thought I was going to miss another one.
All right, we need a basket, boys. As simple as that. Hey, 2-5. Hey, 2-5. Next time I'm under the basket, I'm 6'11". Look at fucking Fisher Price net. All right? Put your Sean Kemp on somebody's face.
Ben, you are literally
Ben.
two of Dennis Schroeder.
Ben.
You have the lead.
Mouse in the house. Mouse in the house. Go. Mouse in the house. Shit. What are we passing it for? Oh, we take a tough shot.
I can't take this bullshit, dude.
Hey, Ralph,
Yo, he hit nothing last year for us. Nothing last year for us.
hit the
And
big.
now he turns into Ray Allen in one night.
Yo, have some respect. He hit the biggest shot of your goddamn season. Ain't no shots for you. What are you talking about? Ain't no shots for you.
Come on, dude. He struggled last year for
like,
us.
The dagger.
So you know what? Thanks for the ring. I'll hit
That
you
is
with this
such
too.
bullshit.
I'll hit you with that too.
You know what I
Take the
love?
ring. I'll hit you with this real quick.
It's bigger than this. What I love is the fact that he's been in the conversation for trade talks this whole freaking season.
Yeah, now he drops 30 on my head.
The night of, when he doesn't get traded, he balls out. And I love that even more. And if you love that, pound that like button, pound that subscribe button, comment in. That's another big shot, Danny Green, and all you losers who ran up and down this chat the last couple weeks still talking to me about trading this guy. I'll give you a pass. All right? You can redeem yourself. You got to pull what Jimmy did and Ryan, and you got to type in you're accountable. You're sorry for your actions. And it'll totally be cleared up because we're fans and we're passionate and we can say whatever the fuck we want to say. It's Agree to Disagree Radio, right? But sometimes some of us are right and sometimes some of us are wrong. And sometimes I'm on the other side of being wrong. And sometimes when it's like this, I'm going to puffer fish because he drops 28 and I begged for him to stay. If he came and dropped, if he was like 0 for 12 tonight, would have been a bad look. Would have been a bad look.
I would have been. I would have been right back on my my first side, but he's not building brick houses anymore.
There's no with the Kawhi.
Fade away.
Kawhi on us.
Yeah, come on, dude.
Hey, who's going to the line? I didn't see who got fouled. Anybody see? Ralphie knows who's at the line.
I'm like 10 seconds behind.
No, I have him adding someone in the back end.
Ben, goddamn it, I'm not going to cover this.
What was the spread?
Next. Fuck, it's 6.
I think we're, yeah.
Oh, Anthony Davis is in the house. Good for him to show up.
It's a weird looking mask. They all have them. I don't know what that one is. Like, what is that? Like, you made. Better make these. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Daddy's got to buy formula. Let's go. Get daddy some Similac. Let's go.
Diapers ain't cheap.
Yeah, the diapers ain't. Hey, 2 for 2. Look at the guy. Look at the guy.
We're rolling.
We're rolling.
No longer a 2-possession game, Evan. Those are big free throws.
Mikey Scott. Mikey Scott.
Wow.
Cover. Hold the cover. Look at you, Hive. I'm hyped up now.
You guys you hate, Ev.
I'm a guy up.
Regional manager, baby. Regional manager.
Everybody. Clap your hands.
Took that personally.
Wow.
Might just have to leave that up the rest of the show for a couple of you guys.
So.
All right? Just fucking shove it up all your asses. 8 for
This
12.
is such a bullshit game. You guys know
Ben
it.
just needs to take a personal.
It's a bullshit game. You guys know it, man. Danny Green just comes out and he turns into Ray Allen in one night, and he can't miss a shot.
Getting that $100,000 ring will help a little bit.
Oh, look, he's saying hi to Jared Dudley. Oh,
Just to confirm, Ben Simmons shot 14% from the field tonight. 1 for 7. 1 for 7. He was 7 for 11 from the line. Ends up with 9. Shake double digits off the bench with 12. Matisse 1 for 6 with 2. Furky 2 for 5 with 6. Paul Reed on an 8-minute run, 4. No, we're gonna be hearing a lot about that. Seth Carey 19, big night, 50% from 3, 53% from the field. Needed. Mike Scott in a starting role, hit 2 threes, so have a pulse. I mean, he played 28 minutes, had 8 shots, so not great, but you'll take the threes, I guess. Tobias 8 for 10, like real efficient night. It's not a lot of shots, right? 17 for Toby. Only went to the line once. And Danny Green, the difference maker, 9 for 14, 8 for 12 from 3, 2 for 2 from the line, 28 points, 2 blocks, a steal, 5 boards.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Lowry, for Danny, Matisse, Shake, freaking Maxey, Sam Cassell. Like I can't. I'm so happy that deal didn't get made. I love Daryl Morey tonight more than I loved him 24 hours ago. And you know why, guys? Because he's watching the same team I'm watching, the same games, the same toughness, the same chemistry talk. He's watching teams that constantly win games. I don't care who's playing for other teams, who's not playing for us. The MVP of the league. When MVPs go out, teams lose. Look at the Lakers. You don't lose MVPs in your best player and continue to play basketball the way this team has. And it's different guys every night. So people can say, Tom, well, it's inconsistency. No, it's not. That's a team effort. It's different guys every night can burn you. Ferk, listen, you don't know. Against the Clippers, Ferk go for 28. You don't know, right? Shea can go for 20 plus. So you have different guys like that maybe aren't expected to that can. So that's what makes a team. So like nights like this, Danny's not going to have 28 every night, right? But a night where Danny don't have 28, Seth can, right? A night that Seth won't have 28, maybe Ben does. Or maybe Toby does. Or you know what I'm saying, guys? So there's different guys every night who can hurt you. And we're not even talking about the MVP. We're not even talking about him hurting you nightly. He's going to hurt you nightly. Seriously. You're like spending like a jail cell with him. Now, he's going to hurt you nightly. It ain't going to be fun for you. It's not going to be fun. Don't drop soap and when there's a mouse in the house. All right? So, and every matchup he has is a mouse in the house because nobody can stop him. And then all the things around them, all the pieces that have been showing us their resiliency and their toughness, especially on the road. This team's 4 games over 500 on the road. That's 2 straight on the road. I mean, when are we gonna take a step back as a fan base? Then the trade deadline's over and shut the fuck up and enjoy. When? Just when? Because I get it. I'm Uncle Critical of everything. I do Crumb in a Days. I understand. When are we going to take a step back for this basketball team? When we dealt with 8-win teams, 12-win teams, 17-win teams. And say, you know what? I'm extremely happy right now and excited to be a Philadelphia 76ers fan. Extremely. I couldn't be more happy, right? With the president of basketball operations, all right, my GM and Elton Brand, all right, Doc Rivers, Sam Cassell, the list goes on, and the defensive coordinator that we talked about when he was hired from Indiana, his importance to this basketball team. The most Pomsy group I've ever freaking seen, and they're Pomsy without the best defensive player in the NBA who's not playing. So everybody tell me how Ben is. I think Joe is. But we can have that conversation for another day. Regardless, we got 2 of them. We're doing it without him. We're playing great defense without your rim protector. You take Rudy Gobert off Utah, people are getting to the rim at will. At will. Look at Boston. They can't stop me or you getting to the rim. Look at us. Look at our toughness without the MVP of the league. Put some fucking respect on our name. Let's go. It's about time. It feels so good. That's just so powerful. We're winning games with freaking nobodies. Let's go. Great drafting, Elton. Great signings, Daryl. Look at this shit. Dwight gets teed up and thrown out, and we still whip your ass. Let's go. And a cover. And a cover. I'm done.
Fuck you, dude.
You know what's great? So last night, I don't know. No, I'm back. So Daryl Morey tweeted, Tobias Harris is the most professional and consistent star player in the NBA. Gives us a chance to win every night and delivers in crunch time. That was last night. Tonight, 3 minutes ago, Daryl just tweeted, Danny Green is the most professional and consistent star in the NBA right now. Gives us a chance to win every night and delivers in crunch time. Literally carbon copy.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Put Danny Green.
That's great.
Troll job.
I love Daryl Morey.
Troll job. They were never trading that dude.
No.
There was never a conversation in that building about trading. Every conversation in that building was for the opposite. No. There's something. Doc said it the one night. There's something about everywhere Danny goes, he wins.
Yeah.
So we're gonna keep him and keep winning.
Doc would never let him. That's the funny thing. Like, as much as everyone was saying, oh, Daryl's gonna make a move, it's not just Daryl we have to worry about now. As you're seeing, especially with all of the bad moves Houston was making, Daryl made the final moves. He was carrying that front office in Houston. Now it's a collective unit. Elton Brand, Doc Rivers, and obviously Daryl Morey. It's a collective unit. It's a collective mindset. So when people were saying, "Oh, Thibel's off the table with the Lowry rumors," well, of course, because Doc Rivers loves them. Of course, they're not going to ship off a guy who literally 2 weeks ago you had Doc Rivers saying, "Listen, everywhere he goes, he wins." Why would you go and then just trade the guy? Didn't make any sense to me. Like I said, early in the season, if you wanted to talk about trading him just because he made a lot of money, sure. But if you were one of those people, and there are a lot out there that said, "Oh my God, trade Danny Green just because he's not any good," you're not watching the same games that we are, and you're clearly not watching the same games that the team in the organization is.
Hey, Chrome, I'm going to need you to go back to Epcot, babe. You know what I mean? I'm going to need you to go figure something out in Space Mountain, because I mean this is insane. Like, first off, it can never happen without them asking for demands like that, because you have to match money. So at the end of the day, you're going to have to give them some players back. I don't make the trade ever right now. Kyle Lowry is the definition of a postseason choke artist. Him and DeMar DeRozan are known for choking. They're known for choking. People want to tell me, "Well, Tom, they won it. Blah, blah, blah." If you watch the games, Kawhi Leonard carried them. So I'm not taking away that they didn't win a ring, because you got one. All right.
But there's context involved. Friggin'
it was like 72-0 and getting bounced, 72-10, essentially getting bounced in the first round, year in, year out. If anybody remembers, DeRozan and Lowry were awesome, and they're getting bounced every year, first, second round.
And I'll just say this, okay? And because I heard what Chrome was saying, and I love Chrome, so no one, I understand what Chrome's saying, okay? But Chrome trying to compare, like, "Oh, well, you're going to take championships away from certain people." No, nobody, like Tom last night, we are not saying that, "Oh, we're going to credit Danny Green for being a part of championships, but not Kyle Lowry." But the argument isn't trying to trade Tyrese Maxey, Matisse Thybulle, 2 firsts, 2 other players for Danny Green. Nobody, that's not an argument. So you can't put them on the same playing field. Kyle Lowry was the 4th option on that team, sometimes behind Danny Green, okay? He was not any big factor of that championship win. He wasn't. He was not. He has a ring. That's great.
They went and literally took 2 Spurs winners and used them to get them over the hump. Like common sense. 2 guys that just won, and Kawhi and Danny, before they brought them guys in and went and won. That's exactly what happened. And yes, Siakam and Lowry and Van Vliet. They all were a big part of it. That was a really good team because they were deep as shit. But like as soon as Kawhi leaves the building, they're the same frauds they were. He becomes the same fraud he was. And I love Kyle Lowry. But you can't run from the fact of postseason failure when you're 35. It's not like he's 28 and I'm talking about postseason failure. He's 35. I mean, they were like 82-0. Like, oh my God, the greatest team of all time. Bounced. Bounced, swept. Night. Loser. Kyle Lowry. Freaking look at him get up and down the court. I want no parts of that. My God. Oh, he's freaking 85.
Guy's been hurt for a big portion of the year, too. Like, did I remember that? Like, he's been hurt.
Yeah, talked about dad bods earlier, and like Kyle Lowry, like looked like he really quarantined, really enjoyed himself, really just like sat back, enjoyed yourself. Looks thicker than usual, to be honest with you. I steer clear of 35-year-olds that are getting thick. Yeah, I mean, getting a little booty. You know what I mean? Getting a little booty. Kyle, we see you.
And I swear to God, and I'm not like Chrome. I understand why Chrome wanted him, but like I honestly feel like half of the
Justin Fields, right? So are we going to go off of what Epcot wants?
I don't disagree with you. I would
love a Disney production. Chrome loves Disney productions, right? When I call companies and they fuck up doing something, either at my house or etc., I say, "What are you running? A Mickey Mouse Corporation?"
He loves the story, Tom. He loves the storybook ending. He loves the the reunion, the Kyle Lowry back to Philly.
Beast. You know, him and Doc dancing. You know what I mean? Like Cinderella. He would love for somebody to put
he's a big Corey Clement guy, local guy.
The storyline. He loves the storylines.
I would love Kyle taking a picture by Rocky. You know what I mean? Would love it. A little selfie.
There you go. Selfie piece. There you go. Get out of my head. Get out of my freaking head. By the way, we're going to get about a 2-paragraph response. That's why we haven't seen him. He's doing this.
Typing furiously right now.
He is typing.
Yeah, I was wondering when he was going to ask for a link. That's how we talk to friends. That's how we operate here.
Yeah.
And that's what makes us
We
great.
break them down, we build them back up. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm not building it back up at all. I mean, he's already
No. I'm saying that so he has hope. You know what I'm saying? Some good morale for Chrome.
Okay. This should be a fun topic to get into. First off, there's a ton of people watching right now. You all need to subscribe. When we get to 5K, we're giving away a ton of shit, and we are right there. So hit that like button. Hit that goddamn subscribe. Don't make me come through the screen, please. All right. I've been yelling enough. All right, big win. All right. If 1 for 7 bothers you a little bit, I want you to chime in because I'm a Ben defender, but 1 for 7s are always going to bother me. Not because you're 1 for 7, because you have 10 to 7 shots. Listen to me, Benjamin. Okay, let me tell you something. There ain't a game that you're in that you don't walk into 12. You understand? 12. I don't care. Joel Embiid, there's 5 Joel Embiids on the court. You walk into 12 attempts a game. If they're all under the rim and you throwing it off the bottom of the rim and come back and smacking you in the face, then you do it. Okay, then you do it. All right? But I need 12 at least. Freaking 6'11". My goodness. If I'm 6'11 in no shape, if I was 6'11 in no shape, I would walk into 10 attempts. Walk into 10 if I'm playing them kind of minutes. Come on, guys. He played 38 minutes tonight. I mean, that's a disgrace to Allen Iverson. Disgrace to AI. AI's rolling over. He ain't rolling over nothing. You know, he got Reebok deal late in life.
That's your response. You pull up stats. You do the stats.
Typical banker.
Man, you've been hanging out with Chucks today, haven't you?
Typical banker move.
Come on now. You had all that time and you give us stats.
Hold on. Is that first off, is that $25 million worthy?
No.
Is that numbers getting me over the hump?
By the way, and once again, Van Vliet was the second best player.
You're out of your fucking minds, okay? If you're giving all that up, that's for a Bradley Beal. That's for something outrageous that's going to come in and drop 30 a night. Not a 15-piece, sir. Not a 15-piece. The frig out of here.
Does anybody remember Fred Van Vliet hitting every single shot in the finals? The reason why he got a big paycheck, this summer. Or last summer, excuse me.
Ralphie, thank you. I was going to say, do I remember the wrong series? I'm pretty sure that Van Vliet and Marcus Gasol and all those guys, they were like, hey, these guys are important.
In a way, I do agree with Chrome. Because Matisse and Maxey, I feel like that was outrageous. You could have easily taken Matisse out of that deal, and it still would have been worth it for both sides. Oh. And I think I definitely would have taken it if Matisse was out and you had thrown another body in there just to fill in the money void. Because I think Kyle Lowry gives us a better chance to go over the top than George Hill does. Like, I like the George Hill acquisition, but I think we're not giving Kyle Lowry the respect that he deserves.
What the? Jimmy, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to have a run around and have him pray for 16 a game?
No. I'm
I going to have a let's call it. We're going to have to pray for 16 a game now. Oh, everybody on Broad Street, Kyle's coming back.
He had some big games in that Eastern Conference final against the Bucks, and I don't know against the Warriors when everybody was hurt. I think that was just the Raptors were on their way to win that finals. But the Eastern Conference Finals, the Bucks did lose, or they did win those first 2 games, and then the Raptors won 4 straight, and Kyle Lowry was a big part of that 4 wins in a row, games 3 through 6.
Oh, absolutely. But how old is he now?
Well, that was 2 years ago.
That's a big difference when you're talking about 33 to 35.
Well, last year with the pause and everything, and then the bubble was, in my opinion, fake basketball. But I don't know. You add maybe a year and a half onto his basketball shelf life, and we're not asking him. We wouldn't be asking him to come here and be the second best player. We're asking him to come here, defend Kyrie Irving, and give us 15 a night, a consistent 15 a night.
I'm giving all that up for 15 a night.
Wait. If you're giving that up, you are absolutely asking him to be your second best player. You
absolutely are with everything, including the first round picks. Yeah,
you're giving up 7 players, 3 assets. Like it's not
the
like
first round picks don't. especially if Ben and Joe are still going to be with us, the first round picks don't matter.
I don't care about the picks. I care about
No,
the
neither.
5 other players that you're giving. I care about Danny Green, Matisse Thybulle, Tyrese Maxey. I understand. Like
no.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that for a guy who's on a 3-month contract.
Yeah.
Talk to me about like Levine or something. And I don't even
27 with 3 years of control.
Yeah,
Norman
like
Powell, who's 28 with 2 years of control. That's
like
that's
Levine's
what you're doing.
realistic because of the control factor, right?
Mhm.
Like obviously they weren't trying to move him at all. They were trying to get better. But you guys know what I mean. Like that makes more sense because he's younger. I got control of him. And I feel like my window isn't short. I feel like my window becomes very short with Kyle Lowry. Like if I don't win this year, like it puts so much pressure on a basketball team when you bring that in and you're like, oh shit, we got to win right now.
Mhm.
Right. And then you start thinking about that. And I think that can matter. Like, I think it can. I think it can stress a basketball team out, right? Right now, they're playing with house money. They're essentially playing with house money. They got 2 young stars that are 27 and 24 that really guys don't win until they're like 27, 28 when guys start winning.
Yeah.
Right now, where Joel is. So if we want to talk about shelf life real quick, Jimmy, to your point, you're not wrong in that. But let's look at the MVP of the league. Get about a month off.
Yeah. I don't know.
Who would you rather have back? What would you rather have, though? Like, I kept telling people, Joel Embiid is the biggest move this basketball team can make. Like, if we were getting our ass kicked, I'm right with you guys. I'm so with you guys. Like, this stretch meant something to me. Like, if I was watching bad basketball and we were losing games, I'm moving and shaking. You understand? I'm moving and shaking. I'm like, shit, I can't win without Joe. Then the rest of my team stinks. Right? Make sense? All I've done is win. So me and Ryan talked about this. I said, I'll let you know. You'll know by the 25th on where I stand. And all they did is kept winning. We're doing live reactions. All they do is keep winning. So I'm like, I'm not moving anybody. That's a substance. You know what I mean? A substance.
Yeah.
Go get a buyout. Go do a low-level move. I was intrigued by Norman Powell. I'm not going to lie. I did like the Powell because why not? I'm not going to have to give up a ton for him. There's other
11 million. He's only making 11 million, 28 years old, 2 years of control. That makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Fournier, I like them guys, but I think we did fine. Like I think we did fine, and we'll see.
I'm just hoping that we don't, because a lot of teams we've seen this happen year after year where teams just win in the regular season, and then when the playoffs come around, defenses start to figure out what they do on the offensive side of the ball. Defenses start to tighten up. It gets hard to take your shots off. We get the shots off, and I'm just hoping that doesn't happen with us when our MVP, if he's on the court, when he gets double, triple teamed, and you have your guy like Ben Simmons, if he doesn't shoot the ball, and then you have these guys that night in and night out, they can maybe score 25, 28 points like Danny Green just did, or he could have a night where he could go 0 for 10. And it's just that recipe, it doesn't fit well with me. That's why I wanted to add another substance to the squad of significance. And I know George Hill is a great acquisition, but I just don't think he is what Kyle Lowry is. And going back to my fake basketball comment, I think that a lot of people take for granted the no fans in the stands, no travel, just the atmosphere overall in the buildings. I don't know. I obviously know it was real basketball. It's just the way it was set up, the way it was played.
Oh yeah, in a bubble, a freaking closed environment, right? Like I say, it's like the combine, shorts and a tee. You know what I mean? How serious do you take it? I don't care if there's no fans, but like travel, being able to stay in your own bed and then not stay in your own bed, right? Like that stuff matters to teams. Like teams usually play better at home than they do on the road. You know what I mean? So you're 100% right. 100% right.
Real quick, so I have some Doc Rivers, some good stuff too. So Doc Rivers post-game comments. So first one, talking about the Dwight Howard ejection. Doc Rivers said Dwight Howard's getting ejected was selfish, said he's a veteran and he needs to know what the team that the team only has one true center. Also says, I love that he's calling him out there. He also said on Paul Reed, he said he thought Paul Reed was really good tonight, has a nose for the basketball, said that he hadn't been used as a 5 with the Sixers yet, so he didn't know all the coverages and very little of the offense. So basically, he was just going out there and kind of learning as he went. So he said he was really impressed that he was able to pick up things so fast. having to do both playing the 4 and the 5. And then one other thing, he was commenting on Seth Curry, his performance tonight. He said, Seth Curry not always shooting. He said, if I had a cannon like that, coaches would have had to tell me to stop shooting. But to your point, Tom, I love that he called out Dwight.
Yeah, and I like that, the way he talked about Seth, but it just shows you these guys, these guys are unselfish guys. That's why they're winning basketball games.
One thing I want to ask you guys too. So if this is the final roster, okay, and nothing else happens in the buyout or anything crazy, what is the rotation going to be, in your opinion? How many players and who are those players?
I think it's just going to depend on your matchup in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think it's hard to predict, outside of okay, you'll see Hill, you'll see Shake, you'll see Dwight. But after that, I think it comes to matchups. You know what I mean? It'll just be all matchup based.
So the matchup, so you kind of answered my question. So the locks would be Shake, Hill, and Dwight, and the matchup differential would be between Korkmaz, Thibault.
And there you go.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Probably around 9 or 10, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. Just because Ben can play any of the positions, he can play 5, he can play 4. Tobias is going to get a lot of minutes. And like you said, Tom, Dwight's going to obviously be the backup, and then the 2 guards. So.
Yeah, dudes play 38 minutes in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the big dogs play 38. They're playing 37, 38 minutes easy.
Yeah, I think Ben is going to be playing a lot of minutes. I think he's going to be playing in between the 42, 44 range. He'll probably get 2 minutes off a half, and we're going to need him. Especially
Seth will probably go 32 a pop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's how it's easier because you have building off days for travel. So you can, you know what I mean? It's almost like the opposite of what the Tampa Bay Rays did. With snow. No, you air that dude out because it's winter, go home. You know what I mean? So you air your dudes out. You build up your endurance to rock 38 minutes a night, right? In the postseason. Everybody does it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we're asking guys to do more than any other team does. They all do it. We're gonna see Durant, we're gonna see Kyrie, Harden, all them guys. You play Miami, you're seeing these guys for 38 apiece. All of them.
Now, do you think the starting lineup gets shaken up a little bit with George Hill joining, or do we think that the starting lineup's going to stay the same and George Hill is just going to be the bench piece?
Good question.
We need it.
I think it stays the same. I think they brought him in to be the run with Shake off the bench. Because they started 5 now. We haven't seen him in a minute together, but I don't know what their overall record is. But it was really good for a minute, so I don't think they're going to mess with that. And I think that they love that they have enough spacing. And I think if you ask them, they probably believe that that Seth and Danny even bring him on more of a 3-ball than George does.
Yeah.
And I think they want that vet. They want that other vet, off the bench in the postseason. That's what they really want. They want to be able to run like I said, Shake, George, and Howard, and have 2 or 3 vets on the floor.
And I agree with Marky here. I was going to say to your question, Jimmy, in situations where Seth or Danny, they're struggling in that game, then I could see George Hill being that, because we've seen that in the past with Shake. So where, if say one of the other guys, was struggling, you see Shake kind of fill the role for them in the final minutes. Yeah. I think just because of the experience and the way George Hill does so many things for you, I think that then and also, like I said, the veteran leadership is huge. I feel like sometimes if one of the starters are struggling, then maybe you see a swap, but I don't believe starting-wise, I don't think anything changes.
Yeah, I think it's really going to come down to Seth and Danny, like you guys said. I think Seth more, because Danny's defense is way better than Seth's. Mm-hmm. And I think Danny's been way more consistent over the past couple weeks. I think Seth's still recovering over the COVID or whatever, but, I think George Hill is a great addition, and I'm just saying that, I don't know. Kyle Lowry was in our grasps, and if we happen to get bounced in the Eastern Conference Finals just because of, lack of inconsistency, it might come back and bite us.
Hold on, now I got to stop you again. We usually never disagree this much.
We're back on this. Here we go.
So if you think about it, right, when this season started, what were our expectations? Our expectations were to take the next step. And the next step was to get there. So once we get there, we're house money. We all need to sit back and realize that. We become house money now. So what happens, to your point, if I get there regardless, what happens if I get bounced with Kyle Lowry? What looks better, Jimmy? If I get bounced with Lowry or if I get bounced with this group?
It would look better if we got bounced with this group. For the future, it would help if we got bounced with this group. But going into the season, I said Eastern Conference Finals are bust, but I also didn't expect Joel Embiid to be playing at the level that he's playing at, especially when him and Ben were on the court together before Joel Embiid's hyperextension.
Not fair.
When those two were playing like that together, that's when I realized our window's beginning, and we may never get basketball from these two like they are again.
I need to stop you. There's no way in hell that you could have expectations of an Eastern Conference Final and not expect Joel to play at the level he's played at. Like I did. That's why I said Eastern Conference Final. I expected growth. I expected accountability. Like there was other factors and growing up, right? Like had a kid growing up. Growing up matters in this sport more than any sport because when you're a puppy and you guys are younger, right? Somebody throw $25 million at you. Life changes real quick. And not a lot of people understand that. Now you got to deal with fame and becoming a better basketball player. Some guys have trouble with it. Some guys never develop because the money becomes struggle city for them in terms of like just off the court stuff. Right. So for me to even get there, I had to expect him to ball out. You know what I'm saying? None of what you're saying is wrong. Expectations change as you play, right? Fair. Okay? Fair. But I still can't put them as like a title or bust, period. Now, if you're what looks worse, Jimmy, is if you get to the second round and get bounced and you're the 1 seed and maybe you didn't move and shake. Okay. I'll agree there. But if you get to the Eastern Conference Finals and get bounced, I think it's a win. I think I'll take that as a win. I'm not going to be happy. I don't want to lose. You guys know what I'm saying. But trying to be realistic about it, I would take it as a win.
Yeah, I mean,
expectations were so high just because we had that big coaching change with Brett Brown. He wasn't that great of a coach, and then just like the departure of Al Horford, I guess, was kind of vital to us. And then you got the two shooters, Seth Curry, who had the best 3-point percentage last year, and then you added Danny Green with that 3-and-D guy you really needed. So I think that's kind of why some people had those high expectations. But at the same time, we really don't know because it was such a weird year. Like coming off the bubble, I think that was huge too. And we didn't even know if we would have a season. Have a season this year. It was delayed, so it was just so weird.
I also think somebody just brought up it was a little bit ago. They were talking about the Heat and how they added the guy from Sacramento and they added Oladipo. I think they came out of the Eastern Conference Finals, whether it was the bubble or not last season. And with Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero, Bam, and then you add Oladipo, I think they could be a little bit of a headache. I do worry about them a little bit.
Yeah, they can bring that headache on.
Yeah. So I just hope that,
bring them all on. Bring them all on. I mean, and Crum, you're completely wrong. Completely wrong. Like, everybody that finals or bust are so off base. And to me, just haven't paid attention to the game of basketball for the last 30 plus years. I mean, so off base. So freaking off base. When guys get bounced in the second round and then go back and all of a sudden just win a finals. Win one. We were talking about getting there. All right. But win one? It's house money. If you get to the NBA Finals, it is big time house money. And anybody thinks otherwise is delirious. And anybody thinks that the Nets have a long shelf life is goddamn delirious. And who else? Who else is Mr. fucking shelf life? Who else around the league? Damn it.
Can I ask
around every other goddamn team. And all we've done is play the best basketball. All we've done. Mr. Chrome, I can't wait to see you this weekend. I can't wait to go at your throat. I'm loving you. I'm going right at your throat. Can't wait to see you. All we've done play the best basketball in the league, and we want to move, shake, be scared, be nervous. Bring on Oladipo. Bring on Tyler Hero and his Instagram models. Bring on Duncan Robinson. Bring on Jimmy Butler because Joel Embiid's going to go for 40 a freaking night. Bring on Bam Adebayo. Bring on Bam.
I don't know if you want that, Tommy.
I want all. Joel Embiid wants all of them.
Oh, hey, Ralph, you're still here.
Yeah. I was letting you guys, tough night.
Tom, I'll ask the fam a question. I'll circle the room.
Yeah,
For everyone who's saying it's finals or bust, right? Sense of urgency because we risked so much, right? We made all these risks. Is Joel Embiid either in his 30s or at the end of a contract? No, right?
No.
How about Ben Simmons? Is he either in his 30s or at the end of a contract?
Nope.
No, right? Tobias Harris, is he in his 30s or at the end of a contract?
Nope.
No, right? So what's ending in 3 months? Anything? Oh no, we're still gonna have the same core. Oh, is Doc going to? Is his contract up? Is Darryl going?
The only thing with
the
only thing with that is you have Daryl Morey as your GM, and you really never know what the hell he's going to do.
True.
What do you mean?
No, like good moves, like he can make splashes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, I thought you
trade. I don't.
Or
He could trade Ben Simmons.
I thought you meant like he was leaving.
that's what I thought you meant. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, do
Yeah,
we have
yeah.
him? I'm like, what do you mean? Where is he going?
What did you just say, Ev? What do you?
Evan's in trouble.
Yeah. Are you insinuating that he's leaving?
No. There was another little. There was something else that came to
Trade Simmons. Yeah.
I heard that.
I'm going to say this again to you guys. The reason Doc Rivers, his entire coaching staff, and Daryl Morey came here was because of Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them were going to sit out a year of basketball, and this job opens up for both of them. They came sprinting here. They couldn't get here quick enough. That's why I called the Harden shit bullshit. They were not trading the 24-year-old Ben Simmons when they sprinted here to get him. They sprinted here to get him and play with him. So I'll never believe that until it actually happens. I'm never going to say you're wrong because Daryl is a mover and shaker. But until that actually happens, I'll never believe that's going to happen with either one of them guys. Even Tobias. I believe he was a big part of Doc. All three of them. Big three. You big three my ass. That's your big three.
Going back to Ryan's question.
The term house money is this is
How's
it ridiculous when that's the expectations, Crumb? All they've done so far is live up to my expectations on what I wanted them to be, right? So when you get to the Eastern Conference Finals and you've done everything that I thought you would do, it becomes house money, honey. It becomes house money.
I love the last comment. I love the last comment too, but I guess it's good to set the bar so low so you don't get disappointed.
How am I setting it low? I'm talking about
finals low.
I'm talking about
we haven't been there.
It's in Eastern Conference Finals. There's no low in there. Now, Chrome, what changes house money is if you go make a bunch of splashes or one splash. Then house money changes again, honey. Okay? So nothing you're saying makes sense. I'm not setting a bar low. A bar low saying, you know what? I just really want to get to the postseason this year. That's all. Well, let me just get to the dance. I love dancing. That's setting the fucking bar low. Damn it. There ain't nobody in this city before the season started that was talking freaking shit like we were, that was saying this team was an Eastern Conference Final team. There wasn't many. And if there was, then there's probably guys that talked about it that I might not have heard. But I heard plenty of freaking analysts, people talk about this basketball team, and nobody gave them a goddamn shot to get there.
6th seed. That was what they were ranked, Tom.
Yeah.
Everything we did, I said 1 to 2. Every one we did, guys. Every time we did it, we did it a million times. It was 1 or 2. And I wasn't alone. I'm not saying I was alone. I'm just saying there wasn't many people that were
I had them as a top 3 team this year.
Same.
Easily.
3. Yeah.
Yeah, which is fair.
Yeah.
Your guys' predictions were wrong. Nobody's were. Like, I understand the people that were nervous, too, about Embiid, health, Ben, whatever, right? I understand that. But I just bought in that they were going to grow them, too. And in reality, they both have.
Yeah.
In different ways. They both have. And I know we shit on Ben a lot, but he's grown. He's become a better defender. Yeah. Like, it's a noticeable defender, right? Like, we knew he was a good one in years past, but now it's like, hey, I see it. Yeah, I mean, we see you, Benny.
And he's always given 100 miles per hour, even without looking at the rim when he gets the ball at the top of the key. He's always going 110%, which is great. But I want to answer Ryan's question about if it's not finals, it's a bust, and saying that like our core isn't leaving. The questions are Joel Embiid's health, and I hate to be the downer, but his health is a big issue. Like we don't know how long he's going to be out for the knee, and then come playoff time, is he going to miss a game or two?
Yeah,
but here's
that's
the thing.
right.
I understand, Jimmy, and you're not wrong by saying that. But when you have a 7-foot center that moves like he does, it's always going to be the issue.
Well, hold on. I'm gonna stop you there.
But it happens 2 to 3 times every
Jimmy,
year.
you're right. You don't know about his health.
Yeah. And in years past, I would tell you if he missed the game in the postseason, we're in trouble. Right now, I'm going to tell you if he misses a game, we ain't in trouble like we were.
No,
I agree with that.
That's the difference. And part of that is because we've sat here and watched this team play without him. And I think it's important because, again, Jimmy, if we were losing through this stretch, it's panic city out of me. Because then I'm like, well, shit, we need Joel Embiid or we can't win. Like, there's nobody else good enough. But we've watched different guys be good enough. So now you can sit back and say, we're good enough for the first time. Like other years when he's gone, we fucking stunk. The worst team in the league. Like, lottery talk, right? Besides the 1 year Ben went for 17 straight, we stunk anytime he missed games.
Yeah.
Jimmy's Howell Neto.
Oh, stop. He's not even on the team.
I know.
Tom, he called you Dwight Howard, Tom.
Elliot.
First quarter Dwight.
Yeah, first off, I'm fucking Joel, and that's my son.
You're Joel.
Absolutely, that's my son. I mean, nobody's getting more hand jobs to Joel Embiid than me.
He has a point.
Actually a shame. But I'm glad he came out and played at an MVP level this year. Because
new technique really worked out for you.
45 shows a week, and the guy's out here calling me Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard.
Is he at least prime Dwight Howard? Like
prime what? Never mind.
Talking Superman?
Superman.
No, I wasn't going with that. But
no.
Something else.
Oh no.
Wow.
Sorry, my son. Prime what?
Think he got it.
Yeah.
Think he got it.
I think I'm more of like a Shake Milton as opposed to a Howell Nato, but we'll talk about that on Flight Time.
Ralphie, how you feel? I mean, you got labeled Furkan Korkmaz.
You know what? I'll take it.
Like, I actually think it's a compliment. I mean, I would have put you more of like a Poirier. You
know? That's bullshit.
You guys have matching beards, though. I mean, it's
I know. It's just a tough night right now. Tough night.
I would Paul Reed him.
I'll take Paul Reed. MVP, baby.
Like a minor league hero. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
no, you got to Isaiah Joe him then. Isaiah Joe. Yeah. Ralphie, are you in panic mode though?
4 straight. Damn right I am. 4 straight losses, and we're just slipping down the Western Conference standings.
Did they give a timeline for AD, Ralphie, or no?
They said early April.
Oh,
that could be like the 15th, the 20th.
And that'll get pushed back probably. Like, oh, well.
LeBron's
out 4 to 6 weeks.
More weeks, a setback. It was more weeks.
Oh, Lord.
So what is that, May? We talking playoff like a playoff acquisition right now?
We'll be the 6th seed going into the West.
They'll be both back by round 1.
Probably.
The league would probably delay the playoffs if LeBron wasn't there.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, listen, guys, we had a COVID outbreak. Listen, we got to take a 2-week sabbatical.
Get out of my head.
Got another take 4 months off. Listen, we'll see you back in Disney.
We'll form the bubble. It'll be in LeBron's backyard.
Yeah.
Safety is
LeBron
the biggest
doesn't have to leave the house.
Do you think they're going to end up? What seed do you think they'll end up being, Ralphie? Say LeBron's back. Let's say, last week of the season and AD's back 2nd week in April.
3rd seed. I'm gonna say 3.
The West is so stacked too. Like if you go look at the East, like, oh my god, like half the playoff contenders are
500.
500.
Yeah. We're gonna get AD back before Brown.
Well, of course.
Well, yeah, obviously.
But it's like going to be another 2-3 weeks of this, though, Ralphie. I mean,
I know
what you're saying. You're going to have 2 more. I don't know if you can afford that in the West.
Oh, I know we're slipping.
So like the 3
We
seed.
we went from first to now down to 4
Like what?
in a matter of 2 days. It seems like.
Like Ralphie, like I sometimes pretend to root for the Lakers just so I could be like somewhat of a decent human and a friend, but like you're
Yeah.
not going to get the 3 seed.
hell
You're not.
No way.
Yeah,
you
we
can
are.
get
Yeah, we are.
LaMarcus
You
Aldridge.
gotta believe. You gotta believe.
Do you? Like I that's great, but you can't. That's not even believable though. Like if you wanted to tell me like 5 seed, I'll be like, oh, I'm real happy for you. But like 3,
And we'll still make it to the finals to play you guys. I can't wait.
I look forward to
Can't
it.
wait. I can't wait for this finals matchup.
Listen, the last time that a Philly team got revenge of a finals loss in the early 2000s, we know what happened.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Excellent vibes.
I'll tell you one thing: the Knicks are going to give somebody dogfight in the playoffs.
They're going to
Yeah.
win a series. They're
Absolutely.
They might, and if they play a second round series, they're gonna take somebody to 6 or 7. They'll lose, but they'll take somebody 6 or 7 because they flat out play defense, man. Jeez.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like
Might
late,
be us, Tom. We might see him second round.
Yeah.
well, I would love it because we'll sweep their ass. But every game will go. Every game will come down to the wire, though. You know what I'm saying? Like every game will be like 10200. You know, it really will. We'd be in a dogfight every night, and then we'd probably lose the Eastern Conference Finals, even though we swept them, because 4 games would feel like 28.
Mm-hmm.
They're just that aggressive.
They do.
What do you
have a
guys
really-
think about the Hornets? Do you guys think the Hornets stay the 4th seed? Do you think they're gonna
They'll
They're
be
gonna fall.
playing.
fall? It's
I think they'll be a playing game team.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they drop that far because Rozier's good. They still got a good team. Like they might drop the 7,
I mean,
6.
because it's only
the,
a game and a half.
the 4th and the 10th seed are separated by 3 games.
That's exactly why it's all bunched. That's exactly
Yeah.
why I say
About
that.
those teams that are 10.
Well, the Pacers are 9, the Bulls are
There you go.
10, and the Hornets are 4 right now.
Wait, so
Hornets are the 4th seed in the East.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh my
Wow.
God!
Wait,
what's their
they're
record again? Is
22
it
and
under
22 and
500?
21.
Yeah, they're
22
not,
and 21.
Jesus
21.
Christ!
they're not going to stay there. By the way, I just don't know if they drop the 9 or 10.
I think the Heat go up. They're
Well,
probably
the
gonna
Heat will shoot
yes. Well, Evan, read 9 through 4 or read 9 through 3.
be 9 through 3.
Yeah.
All right. So number 3 is the Nets, 4 the Hornets, 5 Knicks, 6 Hawks, 7 Heat, 8 Celtics, 9 Pacers.
We might get Boston first round.
Wow.
Boston has the 8th seed. You just hate to see it.
Yep.
Well, no,
21,
Fucking
23
crumble,
Heat
baby.
lost last night.
there.
They should have traded Tatum. Send him somewhere else where he could, be a superstar. I mean, Jesus, Boston is just wasting his years there.
I think Atlanta.
Unreal.
I think Atlanta
I
goes
mean,
down.
what's up?
I think
Goes
Atlanta
down?
down.
Okay.
I don't
I don't either.
I think Miami. I think Miami jumps them. I think Boston jumps them, and I think Chicago might even jump their ass.
Mhm.
Indiana's falling. These are my falls. Like New York sort of stays where they're at. They'll be like a 500 team. They might not stay in the 5 seed, but they'll be a 500 bunch. I think Charlotte, same thing, around a 500 club. So they might, it might be 7, 8, maybe. I don't think they fall farther than 8 though, because I think Indiana stinks. We don't know what Chicago is. We just don't know. We'll find out, but we don't know. They are what they are right now. They're obviously going to get better.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I think Atlanta falls. And yeah, I mean they could fall. 9-10's hard to fall to because of some of them teams. Like does Boston stay a dumpster fire?
Well,
I hope so.
There looks like they're trying to go Houston Rockets 2.0 with the friggin' small ball.
Yeah. They traded Daniel Tice, which makes no sense.
For Mo friggin' Wagner.
Mo Wagner, I thought it was.
No, Wagner. He's like Dutch.
I came up on my alert. Mo Wagner, like the
No. It's spelled Wagner, but it's pronounced. It doesn't matter. He stinks. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Pacers would be a scary team if they were like fully healthy.
Yes.
Another team that was supposed to have a fire sale today.
Yeah.
Seems like everybody on the Pacers were available.
They might miss the playoffs. Like they might get in the playing game.
Yeah, they very well could.
Like I think they're going to be a playing. Like what is it? 10 through what? 9 through?
Yeah.
No.
It's 8 through 10.
8
or
through
7
10.
through 10, something like that.
10, yeah.
like if the Pacers were one of those
So
games
dumb.
with say like Charlotte and Chicago, I don't like the Pacers team.
Bro, the play-in games are so dumb.
It's
So
for
dumb.
revenue. It's for revenue. It's going to be interesting basketball to see, but regardless of who makes it, 7 and 8 seeds, how often do they win? I'm not going to knock on wood right now because we're going to be, top 2 seed, but I'm just saying.
Right. Yeah. Get knocked out by the Charlotte Hornets in the first round, right? Jesus.
I mean,
Yeah,
Carrison's been he's been pretty good, but the rest of the team, they just can't get together.
Put some respect on TJ McConnell. Legitimate 6-man candidate.
Carrying Indiana.
Is that a McConnell jersey behind you, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Yes,
I thought I saw that.
Yeah.
I thought I saw that.
I
There's really no reason why that team is like that bad, though.
They've been plagued with injuries.
Mm-hmm.
And their coach, Nate McMillan should never been fired there. Ever. They were the definition of efficiency. Their roster was half of what it was. Like they were a problem against us. You know what I'm saying? Like they were like those Orlando teams. Like they would always give us a hard time. Yeah. They have a way better roster than they did in the past, and they cannot wait to figure out how to lose games. They can't. And like I know they've been hurt. Like I know, Brogdon's had some stuff. I know, TJ Warren, he's now going to be out for the year. So, but when you have guys like Sabonis and they have players on that team, you should not be fighting just to make the playoffs, for God's sake, especially in the East. Especially in the East. They were the definition of efficiency, and now it's I mean, what was it? One of the bubble games, or not bubble games, the COVID games, when we had half of our roster and we played the Pacers.
TJ Warren dropped 50 on Ben's face.
Yeah.
Oh, that was in the bubble. Yeah. No, I'm talking about like when we had like half of roster in like the first 2 weeks of this season.
Oh, yeah.
We went to Indiana. And we were like, oh, my God, it's the first time we're facing Indiana. We're going to lose by 20. We blew them out by like 50. Yeah. I'm like, Jesus, what this is Indiana? Like, what are we doing?
Somebody just said they hate McConnell, and I just don't understand how you could hate TJ McConnell. But there's nothing to hate about him. He gives 150% every single game, night in and night out. Mm-hmm. And he was a process all-star. Like, there was not much to cheer. There was not much to cheer for during those times, and I feel like TJ McConnell is one of those pieces that you could cheer for during those times. So how could you hate him?
That game winner over Melo?
Jimmy, did you just say process all-star?
100%.
G League MVP, process all-star.
I think all coming together.
I love McConnell, but I've never heard that before. Process all-star. I like that.
Oh yeah, process all. Tony Roten is a process all-star.
I like DJ, but I understand why people, it's like because some people get in love affairs and then other people get on hate tours. You know what I mean? So it's
the Boston Scott of the Sixers. Like it's like, oh my God, Boston Scott's the next Darren Sproles. It's like, hey, listen, this is why I hate players, because of the fans.
Like TJ's a grit dude. I love him, but I understand because it's one way or the other with some of these guys that are like folk hero guys. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Ziggy says it perfect. The fans make people hate them. Yes.
Yeah, it's people out there that.
So people like me.
Well, because you TJ McConnell
jersey.
No. I mean, listen, I have a Boban Marjanovic jersey, so I mean, like it's fine. Like you don't, from my understanding, like you don't go out of your way to talk about TJ McConnell. There'd be people in this city that think, hey, if TJ McConnell was bought out, bring him in here and he'll be a part of the role. You know what I'm saying? Like people believe that. Those are the people that I won't even have a conversation with. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't consider you to be one of those people yet. At least not yet. I haven't heard you say that yet.
No. I don't understand the overrated part, but
Joe's injury.
Listen, that prayer service did wonders for us, Tom. Mm-hmm. A lot of cleanse in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Full cleanse.
I mean, TJ McConnell did come in when Ben Simmons was choking in the playoffs, so in that Celtics series when he had 1 point. Jimmy remembers that very well.
I do remember that.
He knows it very well.
Evan, we do not talk about that game.
Two of my favorite players.
I like to remind him every time we talk. Every time he tells me all the Ben Simmons is coming, I remind him what playoff Ben consists of.
When he was 22 years old.
Henry Sims, yeah, I'm sure some people would love to give him a 10-day.
Yeah, people loved him. People loved him.
Might as well just give Amir Johnson one too.
Well, no, then it'll be on his cell phone, and then we'll have all that whole thing.
Right.
All right, boys.
Wow.
3 hours coming up on it.
Yeah, I got a peanut butter and jelly sandwich waiting for me.
Shut up. Does
Corey
it have
Brewer.
Takis in it, Ralph? Does it have Takis in it?
Corey Brewer.
Huh?
Does it have the Takis in it?
No, I wish though. Can't believe I'm not sponsored by them. Bullshit.
Eventually. It'll come.
You know,
KJ McDaniels.
as people thought he was like the greatest player of all time.
How about Justin Anderson?
Oh my god, I can't.
I love
That was
He was on the team in the beginning.
Yeah, people were like, "Oh my god, how do you cut him?" It's like, dude, he shoots 3-pointers. It's a
He's
line
gotta play
drive.
18 to 20
Right.
minutes a game. I remember that.
Now he plays for the Maine Lobsters or whatever they are.
I've never
In
seen
the G League. In the G League, yeah.
We're like, bring him home.
never seen a guy shoot a 3-pointer. That's a line
Justin
freaking
Anderson,
drive.
wow.
Hollis Thompson was another one.
Spencer Halls. See, I'm getting triggered now.
Elton Brand was one too.
Remember when Spencer Halls hit
Brand.
that game winner in the corner? Folk hero.
No, see, Ralphie, I only remember bad things about Spencer Halls. None of the good things.
His three from the corner, that was a legendary moment.
Yeah, it was.
He had like two of them in a row.
Listen, we might need to bring Corey Brewer back so we can put him on James Harden against the Nets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at that game actually. It was wow. Everyone loved him, and then we didn't sign him back.
Yeah,
No, that was his only good game. And then he
ever.
sucked after that. He sucked.
Sergio Rodriguez. Wow.
Oh my god, I can't do this. I can't do this.
He was literally part of like the Sixers dunk squad, I feel.
What?
Kwame Brown.
Bringing people out their
Kwame
dunk
Brown,
squad.
that's a great name.
Ralphie, what's the famous line for Stephen A? It's Kwame Brown.
Yeah.
Flat out scrub.
Drink Tommy Brown all the time. All right, guys. Great show.
Yep,
Little fucking party on here. Great win. Sorry, Ralphie.
that's okay.
It's okay.
We'll see you guys in the finals.
Yeah, Kyle Kuzma season.
Yeah, right.
Hopefully we do. We want to thank Body Check Wellness. You can use promo code A2D. Get yourself 20% off at checkout. That's bodycheckwellness.com. Use the promo code, peeps. Shit's fucking delicious. Delicious. For Tom, Ryan, Ralphie, Evan, Jimmy, Jake, all you son of a bitches out there flying in tonight. 1 million comments. Keep pounding that like. Keep hitting that subscribe. Keep telling people at the dinner table who the hell they need to be following. All right. And you got, you fucking out with the boys, sipping, steal fucking phones. Follow for them. All right. Follow, turn their alerts on. All right?
Theft talk. Talk.
Freaking they're sleeping. Freaking get facial ID. Boom. You're in. You're in. You don't need a password anymore. Guy fucking out cold. Gotcha. We're in. We're in.
Hacker talk.
There's no Fan Friday tomorrow night. So stay tuned for that next week. But you know how it goes. Shows every night. You can catch them two boys down there every Monday night, 9:30 Flight Zone. You can catch the rest of us junkies all over the place too. Fun show. Sixers win. All that matters. Trade Danny Green. We fucking